I'm gonna take a big, deep sip of water.
Why did I think you were
And
gonna
then
say
look
piss?
at my screen and then...
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna take a big piss.
No, I was,
What
I
the
was not,
fuck?
in fact, going to say that.
On recording? That's fucked up.
The entire
drastic
comment
measures
section
to get
explodes.
attention these days.
The entire comment section explodes. They didn't mute when they went to piss on the podcast.
I get so anxious when I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I sit there and I'm like, did I mute my mic?
Oh my god. I would just simply take recording devices into the fucking bathroom with me.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't know, like, how your mic...
Listen,
yeah?
hold on.
Go on.
I'm listening.
What? Did they just... What? What?
Hi. What was I saying?
We told you shouldn't bring things into the bathroom with you, and you were about to
just
try and
don't
defend
working
yourself.
I don't.
Then why are you afraid?
Because my bathroom is literally right next to my desk because my room is small and I have
I don't think your mic's gonna pick that up.
You would be surprised.
Does your mic just have, like, absolutely zero noise compression or something? Like...
It picks up things I don't even know that it picks up sometimes. Like that.
Those are the ghosts.
Like my dog.
I don't think it picked that up. I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything.
Sometimes it picks her up, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it just sort of...
Yeah. Well, I guess we've got our cold open, so easy enough.
I peed before I got on this podcast, so no gamer girl piss this time around. Sorry.
Oh, great.
Tragic.
Awesome. Wonderful. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DigiVerse DiveCast, the only Digimon podcast that actually has all 5 of its real members on an episode for once.
Woohoo!
We don't talk about this. We don't talk about the fake 6th member.
No, we don't.
Wait, who?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We don't talk about that.
Classified.
We don't talk about it.
That's why we said we don't talk about it.
You'll find out about it later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I feel very excluded just because I'm the new one. This is fucked up. I don't like it.
Part of the hazing ritual is we introduce you to the 6th member. If you survive, you stay on the podcast.
It's only excruciating pain and torture.
Only.
Yeah.
I was not made aware of it.
Did I forget to mention that part?
You kind of did, yeah. I feel like I got no introduction to this whatsoever.
Don't worry about
it. It was in the contract you signed.
Yeah.
I didn't sign a contract. What?
Yeah, you did. You don't remember? Oh, right. We put the one thing in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I feel like I should be able to take legal action for, like, all of this.
You can't. You signed the contract.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
did not.
Well, it's a bit of a we originally had 7 members, but the 7th, well, I guess it would have been 6 at the time.
Super bender.
Anyway, it's only been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, right? Like, we didn't have to delay this recording? Okay, cool.
No. We're on schedule, actually.
Woo!
We are,
yeah!
yes.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
So, what the hell have I done for the last 2 weeks? I think I've just been working.
I've also been working.
Did anybody do anything particularly interesting the past 2 weeks?
No.
I went to locals last week and got my ass handed to me.
Cool.
I've missed the past, 3 weeks of locals because I've been trying to make plans with friends, and then they fall through.
I had basically my entire week completely ruined by, job interview and family bullshit. I got hired for a job that does 15 hours a week, I think. It was supposed to be 20, but a fucking mishap happened on that.
Bruh.
So I worked an hour less a day. They're trying to rectify that, and honestly, I'm not hurting for money too bad, but I'm bothered about it.
Yeah.
But I'm man, really would have liked 20 though.
Yeah.
I've kind of just been trying to take it easy. I would have gone to locals, but my deck's only just finally arrived. I've got
Nice.
Jellymon and Let Lugamon.
Let's
Oh, nice.
go.
Nice.
Glad you have the 2 decks you've been wanting to
Card.
build. Yeah.
I'm also just I guess I'm also just like kind of meant to like fucking shit, minor shit keeps happening at work that's like fucking stresses me out, and I'm like, fuck this, and then I just
Right.
fucking spend the rest of the week just chilling.
You're about to work like Christmas period at a retail fucking job. I'm
Also,
sorry.
also, it does just keep getting busier.
Hey, at least
Eh.
wait. Do you get overtime pay for working around the holiday season?
I don't know, but I don't know if it's that. But I get paid if I do more than my weekly hours.
Okay.
Which
That's overtime
that's
pay then.
overtime.
Yeah.
I know,
Overtime.
but the moment it goes over, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which almost always happens because my contracted hours are only 16, but it's almost never just 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm working 40-hour weeks every week.
Same. Often more.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Shit sucks.
That sucks.
It's good money.
Yeah, the only thing I've put any amount of time into is Fortnite.
Yeah,
I want to
should.
play 14 again, but one other thing is we switched to a new internet provider, and I no longer and until we start moving stuff around the house, I can't have a wired connection anymore. So
Oh,
my
no.
internet is fucking terrible right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
no.
as a heads up, Momo may or may not. Discord calls usually aren't too much of an issue for you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just becomes unusable,
Right.
but we'll
so,
see.
yeah. Hopefully
I
that won't
haven't-
happen, but
As I've mentioned before, I like playing FF14. I have not booted up 14 since I got this new internet because I know I'll just start getting really mad.
yeah. Okay, we are starting with episode 40, The 4 Kings of the Evil Mountain, Dark Masters.
woo!
Yay!
Yay.
So, the episode opens on, I think, just the Dark Masters hanging around, specifically Piemon.
Yep.
is-
Piemon's giant fucking telescope, whatever the fuck that
Just
is.
like, how interesting.
Yeah, being a weird fucking shithead.
Yeah.
I like
then-
I like the part where Metal Digimon comes out of nowhere and she'd go, "We should kill a bunch of children. It'd be funny."
And
should
he's
kill
like, and you're so boring. That's not fun.
Yeah.
They are.
Him going, we should just kill them all now.
Piemon is such a fucking drama queen.
Yeah.
He has like little spotlights that appear to intro the
Introduce
Dark
everyone.
Master as they come
Yeah.
in. Like the kids aren't even there yet. He's just doing this for
Mhm.
him.
Yeah.
He's just a little fruity.
A little.
A little.
Clans are just like that.
Hit the button, Bridget.
How many clowns do you know?
Thank you.
And- But
okay.
primarily. Okay, there we go. Bit
Awesome.
completed.
There we go. So the kids arrive back in the digital world, and it's nighttime, which they point out, or they think it's nighttime, and then they look up and they can just see Hokkaido just in the sky. It's like directly above them.
I'm always seeing Hokkaido in the sky.
So true.
I think you need to get checked for that, but okay.
I do have an eye appointment coming up soon, I think.
I should get an eye appointment. I need blue light glasses for my work.
Guys, focus.
Yeah.
I thought the blue light thing was a scam, but whatever.
Oh my god.
Guys, anyway, then they see a thing in the grass and they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta attack
Kill
it."
him! They're like, kill it!
There's this really funny sequence that happens where Gomon is running and then all the Digimon
Yeah.
like PNG slide across him as they're digivolving.
That's
fucking-
happened a lot this arc.
Except Palmon, who
Palmon
eats shit.
It just falls on her fucking face.
for
There's no
reason.
explanation for
un-
that, by the way.
Yeah, she just falls.
It's such an unintentionally fucking funny sequence.
And like,
She's just got nubs. Don't
Yeah.
mind her.
so as it turns out, whatever was moving in the grass was actually Chumon, the same Chumon from episode, holy shit, 15, 16, around there.
It's been a minute.
Or no,
think
earlier
even-
than that.
I-
No,
I
it
think
was
it's-
like 8.
I think
it's like
earlier,
8 or
'cause
something. It's like
Yeah.
8 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah, because it's because it's
before,
File Island,
yeah.
so it's the Devimon arc, so it's like fucking anywhere from like 6 to 8. I want to say
This Chumon is fucking been. This is a Chumon that has been worn
Also,
down by the
Sukamon's-
world.
Sukamon's fucking dead, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
he's dead.
He's just
Chumon is very
dead.
clearly traumatized by the events that killed Sukamon.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah,
They look fucked up.
Mimi recognizes Chumon and everything, and she very gently picks him up and asks him to explain what happens because she's the best character in the show. And then he explains, and she wonders what happened to Sukamon, all that kind of stuff. And then Joe, the ground has been splitting apart, and Joe is hanging off a cliff, and like everyone remembers, oh fuck, right, Joe. So they go to help him,
And then,
and
and then
I like
Taichi goes, "Joe, quick, pull yourself up and look at this."
yeah,
I like the bit where he's like, Gomo, please pull me up, and Gomo's just like, with what hands, Joe? With what hands?
it's so good.
He has like a full-on like existential crisis. Like, I was born without hands.
And then Taichi's like, get the fuck up here already. And then Joe looks down, realizes he's hanging over a cliff, and scrambles up without any help.
They kind of pull him up a little,
They pull him up a
Kind of,
little
yeah.
but it's mostly
Yeah.
just him. Yeah.
Yeah, they're making him do 90% of the work, which is kind of fucked up.
So Chumon begins explaining the entire situation. That Spiral Mountain, shout out to Banjo-Kazooie, has formed out of the entire. So the entire digital world has basically twisted into a giant spiral shape that has a big old palace at the top of it. Is my
think they still-
understanding.
Kind of navigated like an actual place.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's weird.
They don't because it just looks like strips of it's a strip of forest, a strip of ocean, a strip of barren
But
wasteland.
presumably,
It's a little
that's
bit.
like,
It's a little bit abstract. It's like
Yeah.
a JRPG dungeon.
Mhm.
they don't go into the mechanics of it all too much, so in the hopes that you as a stupid 5-year-old won't question it, and you probably didn't, so
No.
fair enough.
Plus, it's cool, so it's cool visual.
I just wish they didn't fucking call it Spiral Mountain is my problem.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Dude,
Have
Dude.
any of you seen the YouTube video of someone trying to make like a really bad vocal track out of Spiral Mountain? Because anytime
Yes.
they called it bad, That's what I would just think
Spiral
of.
the mountain.
yes, that one.
Fucking video is so funny. Chumon is explaining everything, and Mimi is very gently cradling him because he's very clearly severely traumatized.
He's not
He does-
recovering from this ever.
He doesn't have time for antics.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, I believe is when Metal Seedramon shows up to attack them. Just
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Metal Seedramon is just here
He's
now.
Like, hello.
They all digivolve the champion in an attempt to fight him off, and none of their attacks work at all.
And then,
Everything just bounces off into flex.
He's got
And then
Digizoid armor or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
From
From
Digizoid.
Digizoid. And then fucking Coach just like, hold on a minute. This guy's an ultimate. What the hell?
Yeah.
How does he do that?
At first, I'm like, yeah, guys, to go against the ultimate with champions. I'm sure that works. And then Coach Roguesmith was like, oh, well, I guess it's fair that they underestimated him. He is a Seedramon after all. Fair
They
enough.
didn't- I mean, they also didn't know ultimate existed until like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
True. So they're just like, all right, it's an ultimate. That explains why we couldn't beat him. And then he just kind of fucks all these kids up.
And then they fall down
Like,
a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like knocks them off a cliff.
And they
before they have
fall
a chance to do anything.
they fall into a misty, there's just fog everywhere. And one of them's like, what's that over there? And then they start getting shot at by
Yeah,
fucking
Angemon's like,
Mugendramon.
I'll go investigate it, and he just gets hit by the death beam.
This is
Mugendramon just starts
admittedly
fucking killing
where-
all of them.
This is admittedly where one problem I have with this episode props up, where I'm like, okay, Taichi, Matt, he's an ultimate out. War Greymon? Melogarumon, okay, sure, whatever. Fucking
And then
yeah.
Kosho was
sure.
like, oh god, it's another ultimate. And they're all just like, what the fuck? Then they all fall in a hole and are in
Again.
the miasma dimension. And they start floating. Garurumon and Were-Garurumon start beating the shit out of each other.
And then there's just
They're just like, oh, we
Pinocchimon.
we can't control our bodies. It turns out to be Pinocchimon, and Pinocchimon's like, oh yeah, you should probably look up my information. Here, I'll help you. And then he uses his strings to
Yeah.
make Koshiro look him up.
The bit where he make Koshiro look him up on his laptop was really good.
I
fair.
Pinocchimon is like my favorite part of these episodes.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
him.
He's wonderful.
He sounds like a baby.
Koshiro is once again like, oh my god, it's another ultimate.
This is getting out of hand.
I think at some point, I think it's either during the Pinocchimon or right before, Mimi specifically is just like, why the fuck are they so strong? This isn't fair. Like, yeah, this is bullshit. Just learn what ultimates are, and now there's 4 of them, and they're all trying to kill you. And then they arrive at the Coliseum, and a funny little clown rolls out.
And he pulls up a couple slides that are like, there are a bunch of children. They are all stinky and stupid and dumb and ugly, and then they all died. The end.
There once was an ugly barnacle.
It turns out it's Piemon in the guise of a normal clown instead of his
The
usual
clown was a clown.
Yep.
Fucked up.
But man, really didn't twist the fucking fate there. My god.
And then we find, like, fucking Taichi and Yamato are finally like, oh yeah, we should probably go ultimate. And so they do.
Okay, yeah, I want to like read off a set of free notes I had for this. This was like the first of these was during I think the Pinocchimon bit where I'm like, War-Greymon and Anomalocarimon, please just fucking use them. Finally, War-Greymon and Anomalocarimon. Oh, it's the one guy they don't work against. Boo.
Yeah, Piemon just kind of no-sells both of them instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I think it's Koshiro and Mimi are just like what they're both ultimate level. Like, why are they so strong? And Piemon's like, actually, it's because I've been an ultimate level for a while. You just learned your ultimate level forms, so
You
you know,
stupid
difference of
babies.
experience. And
By
I'm
the
just
way,
like,
this is complete bullshit. By the way,
it is.
this is the arc does not follow this at all.
Yeah, it's you would think they were
He
setting
tries
up
to
for
pull-
like
he tries to pull a Tailmon.
yeah,
I'm
he
just so
tries to pull-
different.
it's a matter
I
of
won't
discipline.
spoil. I won't spoil the other two, but we can at least confirm with Metal Seedron. That's complete bullshit. Fucking War-Greymon like once. Ah,
It's
you could have
really-
just used them earlier.
It's so funny. No, they didn't know about the secret weapon before, so that's
Yeah.
why it was. Yeah, don't worry about it.
They didn't know they didn't know he was a hard counter.
So at this point, Mimi just like fucking breaks down. She's had enough of this shit, and Piemon's like, "All right, you're dying first because you're annoying," and throws a sword at her, and then fucking Shumon sacrifices himself, gets hit by a fucking sword and dies. So you know,
Happens.
Chumon's
fuck
dead.
them.
And at this point, the Dark Master's just gonna kill them all. Like, they're all there. And
Fucking Pinocchio, Piccolomon with the fucking save of all things.
Beep, 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 beep.
Piccolomon
The king is back.
puts him in a bubble and then slaps it with his spear so they get the hell out of there. And he's like, I'm gonna buy you guys time.
We're like,
He
wait a
buys-
minute.
Oh, well, first
There's-
Taichi asks him, I thought if all 8 of us were together, we'd be fine. And he was just like,
Yeah,
no.
lol, no.
Oh, yeah, but no.
You've all still got some self-discovery to be doing.
yeah, we got character arcs to finish up.
You got a little more character development before things can happen.
And then he
There-
bats him
there-
away.
There's like a really funny little sequence that happens where he bats them away. They like look on, an explosion happens,
Yes!
and then it hard cuts to a shot of them looking sad with Hikari going, Piccolomon is dead.
Piccolomon is dead.
And the episode just kind of ends on that.
It's so fucking funny.
It's like, I feel like you intended for this to be dramatic, but man, I don't know about this.
My notes for the end of the episode are Pickle to the rescue. Pickle gets fucking nuked.
I do think there were a fair few bits in these episodes that were like unintentionally funny.
Oh yeah.
There's it feels like there were a couple of ways of like how the episodes themselves are paced out or like animated that maybe didn't sell things the way they intended it to.
I mean, to be
can
fair,
feel
there
the
are also
budget
plenty
drop.
of bits that. I mean, to be fair, there were plenty of bits that were intentionally funny as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it feels like after how solid the Myotis or the Vamnamon arc was, this you could feel that there was like a weird drop off in either like money or direction or something. Something happened between arcs.
Because yeah, like Piccolomon sacrificing himself is very clearly supposed to be like kind of a sad moment, but the shot of all them just standing there with Ikari saying Piccolomon is dead is just really
After
fucking
just
funny.
like a faraway explosion happens, it's just okay. I guess he is.
hell of a way to start this off.
Oh yeah, Chumon also dies.
Yeah, we mentioned
You
Chu-
said that.
Chumon.
Yeah.
Oh, we
He
did?
gets stabbed. Yeah, he sacrificed
Yeah.
himself to
His
save
last
Mimi.
his last words are asking me out on a date.
I
they?
forgot.
Happy for him.
Yeah, he's like he says when I come back, will you ask me on will you go out on a date with me?
Too much. He's like 10 years old.
He's a child.
Yeah.
He's a child level, yeah.
Fucking decades have passed in the digital world. No, the fuck he's not.
No,
He's still a
it's-
child level Digimon, though.
They go over this later in the series. The Digimon never change.
We can move straight into the Dub Zone, episode 40. Enter the Dark Masters.
Hooray.
Pretty simple episode title. Okay, there's a lot of fucking name changes, obviously, because there was a shitload of stuff introduced this episode. Okay.
Yep.
First of all, 3 of the Dark Masters' names have been changed. Piemon has been changed to Piedmon for some reason. Don't know why they added the D. I think-
Pied
I
Piper.
assume that
Is that what they were going for?
Yeah.
Makes sense. I believe it.
Because
Hey,
in Japanese it's Piero, which
Well,
is
yeah.
like the Italian
Yeah,
word for clown, and then in English it's Pied Piper. So it's Piedmon, I think.
That's okay. I get it.
I don't think it's that. I think they just fucked up translating Piero.
Because yeah, I was going to say like it's really obvious, but it's supposed to be like Piero, like. But I'm not giving them any rope here. Like I think they just
Why don't we just look it up?
I don't think Saban has any production notes on this.
Yeah,
There's,
Like
There's
I'm not
actually
trusting the
this one
wiki unless
Tumblr.
there's a source for it, but
Yeah.
there probably isn't.
There's this one Tumblr that does a really good job going over all the changes for the dub.
Mhm,
I cannot remember what it's called though.
that's fine. I
Yeah,
intend for this
I'll look for
podcast
next
to be
week.
essentially
Yeah.
that. Mugendramon was obviously changed to Machinedramon because they hate
Mhm.
Japanese words. Machinedramon is a perfectly acceptable name. I don't think it's nearly as cool.
It makes
It's also like I could literally change Infinitymon or something like that. Doesn't sound as cool either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Infinity Dramon or Infinite Dramon doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
It also doesn't like. It doesn't immediately make sense with the design the way Machinedramon does. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Mm. And Pinocchimon was changed to Puppetmon. I'm assuming this was entirely for like potential
Fear of Disney.
copyright
Yeah.
purposes. So this is an understandable change. I'm not gonna. Plus, Puppetmon is a perfectly acceptable change as well. So like, it's a
Yeah.
good name. It's fine. And then move name changes. So he doesn't actually say it in the dub until episode 41. But Seedramon's move was changed from Ultimate Stream to River of Power.
That's pretty cool.
Mugen Cannon was obviously changed as well to Giga Cannon. Bullet Hammer was changed to Puppet Pummel.
That's fine.
And Trump Sword was actually left unchanged because it's a perfectly easy to understand name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As usual, I kind of
Yes, cards.
prefer dub names for attack names at least.
Yeah, I guess so. The only one, because like I get like obviously they had to change Mugen Cannon too. I thought it's
Mhm.
really cool in the Digimon info. For Mugen Cannon, it's actually the infinity symbol instead of the word. It's neat.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, honestly, that one they could have just left it as Infinity Cannon or something, and it would hit.
Yeah. During the Thai recap, he says they blasted Venom Biotismon into Digidust.
Yo, Digidust?
Awesome.
So, you know, Digi
Sick,
blank.
dude.
When Derek, or I almost said when Piedmon starts talking, I was immediately just like, oh my fucking god, that's Derek Stephen Prince. So, you know.
Okay, but I'm asking, who is that again?
Derek Stephen Prince?
Yes.
He is
Demi
Vexen.
Devimon.
Yeah, Devimon. He's Vexen in Kingdom Hearts. He was also Digitomon.
Immon.
Well, Immon is probably. Do you know the dub voice of Immon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
There's a lot of Digimon,
Yeah.
at least early on.
So yeah, sorry. The dub hates Mimi. She says he looks terrible. What he needs is a complete makeover. This is in reference to Chumon, by the way.
Fucked up.
I got a lot going on, man.
Sukamon is just not around. He's not dead. He's just not here. He lost him. They got separated.
He went off to a farm.
What are they gonna do with Whalemon? And like,
Oh, I'm excited for that.
I'm
Oh,
excited for that.
Episodes 42 and 43 have so many dub zone notes.
I think I understand why.
So, when Joe is hanging off the cliff, Ty runs up and goes, "Joe?" Figures. Like, when he sees him hanging off the cliff.
Like, oh my god, Joe. Like, he didn't expect.
Yeah. So, this was my first note about Metal Seedramon's English voice actor, because holy fuck. My first note is, why does Metal Seedramon just sound like a dude? He just sounds like some guy.
Does he have like doesn't he have like a super southern accent?
No.
I feel like I remember the dub trying to go for like a surfer dude thing. Maybe.
Kind of.
I feel like that was the intent. I'm not saying they pulled it off. I'm just saying I felt like that was probably the intent.
I wrote down some choice lines in here. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
So when the readout is talking about Metal Seedramon, Chumon is explaining Metal Seedramon actually. He says, "This guy is one real hard nose, and I mean hard nose." It's like,
what the fuck
what
does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean?
is it because he has the fucking armor on his nose or whatever?
You're just saying words.
It's because his nose shoots the beams, I guess. I don't. He said it like it's an expression everyone knows.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, this guy's hard on the nose. It's like being long in the tooth.
I don't.
Frizzy in the hair.
Stop it.
So, remember when they're about to fight, when they're trying to fight Machine Dramon in this case, and they all digivolve the perfect level, like every single one of them except obviously Angemon.
Mhm.
So obviously when the Digivolution sequence starts in English, it starts playing the main theme, so it does like the sound and then the Digimon, but.
Mhm.
Because it just shows the beginning of the evolution 7 times in a row, it keeps cutting back, and it just does that 7 times in a row.
Digimon.
It's so fucking funny. They just didn't have it play over the whole sequence. They just restart the song 7 times.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Why would they do something like, I don't know, mute the footage, just play the Digimon song over it, and just have it play like that? That'd be fucking stupid. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not calling this a dub hates Mimi, just because her, like, shit talking other, like, the bad guys is, like, a normal thing she does. She insults Puppetmon's stupid helmet. But she calls it a stupid helmet, but Lilymon's response is, Mimi! It's really funny.
How dare you?
It's
so rude.
She's She like can't believe it. Such a good fucking line.
This is the worst thing you could ever say to them.
Fucking great. They call Terraforce Nova Force.
Weird.
That's not even the fuck.
I don't know. I don't know. They call it Nova Force.
Maybe because it's like quote unquote cooler. I don't know.
No, but like
don't know.
Terraforce is the name they stick with, so it
Yeah.
just seems like
They just got it wrong.
they just got it wrong for no reason.
They just got their own name wrong.
This dub is actually just fucking broken sometimes. I swear to God.
The dub hates Mimi. Not to mention he's a fashion disaster, in reference to Piedmon.
Piedmon has fashion.
So, I also wanted to point this out. This line replaces her wondering why their 2 mega levels couldn't take on a single mega level. So they replaced like a question to move like an important like line that sets up what like Piedmon's talking about. They just replaced it with a dub hates Mimi line. And then Piedmon just explains the same thing anyway, despite not being prompted by their question.
Awesome.
Great. Cool. Double whammy. The dub hates Mimi.
Ding.
During her
come
breakdown, she says, I didn't want to go to camp. I just wanted to go to the mall. Which,
Jesus Christ.
admittedly,
Women!
yeah, during her breakdown in Japanese, she does say, like I didn't even want to be here. I just wanted to be a normal girl, wear cute clothes, do this. But that makes a lot more sense in the context of the breakdown she's having. This makes no fucking sense, and I hate the dub writers for it.
Literally, like, is it also, there's the point that, like, to them, going to camp was, like, months ago.
It's,
like,
it's
and
not
also-
just, why would you, like, I guess the idea is, going to camp ended up with me fucking dying, I guess, but, like, this seems so, this just seems like a line you wrote because you are a misogynist dub writer.
Yep, pretty much. It's only Mimi, though. Sora and Hikari get off generally unscathed.
It's fine. I just place all my hatred of women into this one character because because I've been in an unhappy marriage for 20 years or something.
So, remember when Chumon gets stabbed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut the part where he actually gets stabbed, so he jumps in the air, hard cut to him on the ground with a sword in his stomach.
Wait, but they still showed his sword.
Yeah,
But they still showed his sword in his stomach.
yeah, they do.
No, why cut the fucking scene? What? What? Wait, cut it at all? What the fuck?
It's really good. Really good. Piedmon says Chumon was a fool. And before he's even done saying that, it starts fading for the commercial break. It's really
Good thing you're okay.
it's really funny. Okay. This next
Yeah.
part, I thought I was going insane.
Mm-hmm.
So Piximon shows up and sends them away.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like is standing up to the Dark Masters, and the narrator cuts in, saying, "Will Piximon be able to hold off the Dark Masters long enough?" And then the episode ends.
Oh,
Okay.
they don't get to explosion. Piximon is dead.
Tragic.
Don't worry, we'll get to that.
Oh boy.
Hmm?
Don't worry.
Remember when you had barely any dub notes last week? Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can move straight into episode 41, The Wild King of the Sea, Metal Seedramon. Mimi episode, let's fucking go! Also, Joe is here.
Also,
Hey.
Joe was here.
This was kind of a weird one, honestly. I don't know how I felt about this one.
This
Yeah, but I
episode,
I
this
don't know
episode is
Doraemon.
this episode's a comedy. This is not a serious episode. This is a fucking comedy.
Yeah, but like it feels like such a weird like you've just gone through this episode where you like dramatically introduce. Is that like do you want to follow that up? It feels like really weird placement where we're following Metal Seedramon and his little minion around, and they both look like the biggest dipshits ever.
Yeah, no, it's weird tonal whiplash. Piccolo'mon literally just exploded and died. And then we cut to an episode that is pretty much 90% like legitimate just comedy. Very bizarre.
Dip and shit show up to the function.
Yo.
So a small detail I noticed that's nice. When they're standing or when they get to the beach after getting ejected and like thing, Taichi and Yamato are the only two that are actually like still standing and perfectly fine to represent that they are the strongest of the group. Just like how Agumon and Gabumon are usually the only two that don't go back down to in training.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in this case as well. Because they're used to it. They're the strongest one. So they discover they're on the same beach from episode 2.
Yeah, they're back on like File Island, kind of.
Sort of. They're on the same beach. It's likely like because, you know, the digital world got fucking twisted into a giant spiral, everything just kind of got homogenized, and this just is where this beach wound up.
Yeah, that seems to be it, because they don't really explore File Island past this, so presumably it was just that bit.
Guess the destroyed phone booths are there, so.
Metal Seedramon starts talking about his Deep Savers army, and my immediate response was, fuck you, you made that up. As it turns out, his Deep Savers army is like 5 people.
It sure is. It's a Shellmon and like 4 Hangyomon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what guys they are.
Oh, sorry. And also Anomalocarimon. I can't forget
Anomalocarimon, yeah.
Clearly you don't miss him.
Wait, was Shellmon actually part of his army? I think he was just being an asshole for no reason.
I also think he was just being an asshole for no reason.
Fair enough.
Because the Digidestin did in fact beat him up.
True. So
Fucking,
yeah,
they
hear
Shellmon's back.
Yeah, they hear someone drowning out in the ocean, and they go to help them in like a canoe that is also just on the beach. And when they get out there, as it turns out, it's just fucking Shellmon and he's gaslighting.
Oh wait, real quick before you say that, they're like, oh shit, we gotta help them. Maybe it's a different point, but like all the Digimon are like, oh, we're so tired though, we can't go do that. And so all the kids are like, well, fucking we'll go do it. We'll help them.
We'll save the drowning
And there's
person.
just this really funny shot of every Digimon just standing there completely stone still. As all the kids run past them, and it looked really funny.
It's a fantastic shot.
He's also like luring them in, and then he's got like this floaty on him or something.
Yeah, he's got like a little floaty around his ring on his horns.
Speaking of which, Shellmon talks now. So I
and
found
he's
this
so much worse for it.
I found this so funny because I think literally the night before I watched my episodes, we were talking about how Shellmon didn't talk and was one of the only ones that never talked. And then I watched the episode and I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that conversation as it happened. I'm like, man, I wish you were right, because he sucks even more now that he talks.
You remember, has anyone ever seen that the old Tom and Jerry movie? Why did you never talk? I never had anything to say.
Anyway, Shellmon fucking sucks. He gets knocked out by like Tentamon and Biyomon or something.
Like, yeah, all the rookies just go back, turn back, and then they like just attack him.
They beat Shellmon. At which point Taichi goes into power scaler mode.
Like, you know Shellmon fucking sucks because, no offense to Palmon, she's lovely, but Poison Ivy actually worked on him.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
It's not my fault everything keeps no-selling Poison Ivy.
They're not wrong.
God damn it.
It's not my fault.
It's a busted card in the TCG, too.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good in the show.
But yeah, so Taichi's like, what? Taichi's like, oh man, we must have gotten a lot stronger. And Kari's like, why, huh? And he's like, well, Shellmon, it took Greymon to beat Shellmon last time, and now we kicked his ass with like 4 rookies.
Fuck off. Actual power scaler bullshit, dude. I
what
like
Shellmon's feats?
Is this what they used to sell the whole, oh, I've been an ultimate for longer than you have, so I'm strong?
No, because it turns out by the end of the episode, they find out their entire idea of this was wrong, and the actual explanation was probably just Shellmon fucking sucks.
pretty much, yeah.
I really enjoyed the line, by the way, where they were like, all kind of like, oh man, have I gone stronger across my journey? And then Tillmon asks Hikari this, and Hikari just says, bro, we've been on the team for like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yes, like oh,
Aw.
yeah. Tailwind's like oh.
I just want to be a part of the team.
Tailwind's
That's
so
harsh.
funny in like these couple episodes because like she's got like this like very like eager like tone of like oh she really wants to be like in on the group, and but she still like talks like that's just a grown woman voice.
It's really good. They start seeing what they assume is a mirage of like a fucking beach, like a full blown beach hut restaurant, and they all start fantasizing about all the food they're gonna eat and start rushing toward it because as it turns out, it's real.
They're fucking like these fucking stupid children are in the middle of an apocalypse, and they're like, but okay, but like, what if this fucking stall has good ass ramen though? What if?
No.
Right.
It's not a stall. It's a beach hut on the coast of File Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This is
they-
definitely
Yeah,
not
but the-
suspicious in any way.
Yeah,
And
but
they
they're
want- they
really
wanna
hungry
go-
though.
They want to go to the beach hut on the coast of File Island.
Even like Sora, Koshiro, and Yamato, people who you wouldn't typically expect this from, just shut their fucking brains off and they're running towards this fucking place.
They've
Okay,
had
but
they've had a,
okay, but does your brain also just stop functioning when you're really hungry?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as a criticism. I just think it's funny.
yeah, as they're all rushing, Joe accidentally steps on the back of Mimi's shoe and she eats shit. And
So he stops to help her up as everyone runs off without
Mhm.
them.
so they're trailing behind, and the second everyone else enters the beach hut, a sand wall appears behind them, trapping them inside. And then it's
Man, I really-
revealed. Share if you
Share,
miss
miss
Anomalocarimon.
Anomalocarimon.
So true.
Nobody caught on to my it's a beach hut on the coast of File Island bit because they say it like 7 times and it's really funny to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, they're like-
they keep
they're like,
repeating
no,
it
it's
to
a
each
cover-
other.
It's like, look, that's a beach hut on the coast. No, that's just a mirage of a beach hut.
No, it really is a beach hut on the coast. File Island.
Yeah, every time they specifically say beach hut on the coast of File Island, and it's so funny to me.
They have like the same intonation in their voice each time they say that exact line. It's really funny.
These kids have just completely fucking lost it at this point. They watch 2 of their friends die and they're really hungry.
They also have like they basically jumped into this like what 10 minutes after beating Venomiotismon. They've had like no time to just fucking sit there
Nope. They are
at all.
They just fucking straight into it immediately.
Yeah.
they cannot catch a
How
fucking
long
break.
ago did they have burgers at the fast food place in the real
Oh, that was
Days.
like a
Days?
week
Okay.
ago at this point.
Mhm.
Maybe
Gonna
some of them had breakfast. Maybe some of them had breakfast the day my Otismon attacked.
Maybe.
Yeah, they probably haven't eaten like almost a day at this point.
I mean, like most of the city was also accosted at that time, so probably at least a couple of them didn't really have like the time or the product to have breakfast.
Maybe.
Probably. Anomalocarimon has trapped the other 6 Digidestined and their Digimon inside the beach hut, and then he hits them with the sandstorm, and they just kind of like pass out on the ground and are now covered in sand.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
no,
'cause he
there-
took
there's
their
like
energy.
a shot. There's
Yeah.
like a shot where they like look inside the hut, the fucking the hut or whatever, and they're like, oh, and it's like, oh no, they're slightly covered in sand, I guess. Fuck.
I mean, that's also how I feel when I get sand all over me.
Yeah. Like they are standing there and he blasts them in the face with like a sand blast. That must have sucked. Like just in their eyes, probably their open mouths, because a lot of them they were like
Oh.
screaming.
This is what it's like to fight Luke Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Joe, Mimi, Palmon, and Gomamon are being real sneaky, and yeah, they peek in the window and see everybody. And then they overhear Metal Seadramon talking to Anomalocarimon, and he pays him in a giant pile of clams. At which point Anomalocarimon starts chowing the fuck down because this boy loves his clams, dude.
He loves his
This boy
clams.
loves his
Loves his
clams.
clams. Also, Anomalocarymon's like very blatantly Takehiro Sakurai, just kind of doing his Tentamon voice.
Yes.
There are so many fucking voice actor just reuse of voice actors in like this in the next episode.
Oh yeah. It's nuts.
There's a bunch of like Hangyomon in the next episode, and one of them is also clearly Sakurai. I think one of them is Gomamon as well.
Yep. And they're all just doing the very normal Digimon voices.
Also, for some reason, Anomalocarimon keeps saying his own fucking name constantly.
He's like the closest thing we have to a He's the closest thing we have to a Pokemon, really.
He thinks he Yukidarumon.
I was gonna bring it up. Yukidarumon all over
Oh yeah,
again.
Bridget, I don't know if you remember this. The episode with Yukidarumon, he also just kept saying his name over and over.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they accidentally make a little bit of noise, and Metal Seedramon goes over to like see what the noise was. I think Anomalocarimon was like tossing clamshells, and one hits Gomamon in the head. But they managed to sneak. They managed to sneak around, and I forget how they actually get caught. I think does Anomalocarimon just see them?
Oh no, so he like just leaves, and they're like, "Oh well, we should fight back, but we're too tired and hungry." And then Gomon's like, "Well, here's the secret," and then he digs up some clams.
Palmon finds some,
and then they all start. They start eating, and I think Gomon just starts throwing all the clams he's eaten in the ocean, and one just bashes Anomalocarimon on the head.
Yeah, so he starts attacking them, and they're all running away on the beach. And this is the point where this is literally just a comedy routine. They are running so slow on the beach, and Anomalocarimon is like huffing while chasing them on the beach.
I can't
both, like take a break at the same time.
They stop.
Really funny.
He stops, and then they like look back and are like, and then they
he's
bolt
still
off.
chasing us.
It's so fucking stupid.
I was just confused the whole time during this sequence. I'm like, what's the tone here? What are we doing? What are we going for here?
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
So it's at this point they actually find the food, because then they immediately digivolve afterwards. Because they couldn't digivolve before, because so they digivolve into Togemon and Yakakamon, and they try to fight Anomalocarimon, and they can't. He mops the floor with them. At one point, he grabs Togemon, squishes her a little bit, and then throws her at Yakakamon.
And Joe's like, ah!
And Joe is like, they're losing.
And Joe's like, oh, that power scaling talk Taichi had was bullshit. Okay.
And then and they're just like, fuck it, we're going perfect level. So they go perfect level. And then they just mop the floor with Anomalocarimon.
Yeah, they rinse the shit out of him.
And then
they drag him with them to the beach for no reason.
Sudamon is just dragging him.
I don't understand why.
And Metal Seedramon it cuts back to Metal Seedramon, and he's just like, alright, I'm getting really tired of waiting for him to find the other kids. I'm just gonna kill the rest of them now.
He reveals that he could just breathe fire, by the way. He could just do this.
He doesn't do this any other time.
He's a dragon.
I guess he is a Draymon, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then
they all
Karimon burns alive.
They quickly get like in there, get everyone out. They leave Anomalocarymon's body in the fucking hut so that Metal Seedramon burns him.
That's fucked up. That was fucked. There was no reason to do that.
A little bit of malice from Gomamon.
He doesn't even die either. He wakes up on fire, rushes out of the hut.
Like, ow, 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 ow. Like he's Mario who landed in lava.
And Metal Seedramon is just like, oh, okay, no. And then he just
bro,
kills him.
He's like, he literally is just like, bro, are you fucking serious?
I think doesn't he like pick him up, drag him in the air, and just fucking drop
him?
Drops him.
He just drops him out of the sky.
And I'm like, I guess he's dead. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he disappears, like he just dies to fall damage.
I don't know if this was intentional, but I do know that how Metal Seedramon kills Anomalocarimon is how I think birds of prey open clams. They pick them up and drop them on rocks and shit.
That's fucked up. That's real funny.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's some animal does that. They like pick up clams and it like dropped them.
I'm gonna be honest. Like Anomalocarimon is like the reason for most of the dumb shit in this episode. Metal Digimon also just really looks like a dipshit the entire episode.
Little bit.
Yeah.
You should expect. He expected better out of Anomalocarimon.
we all did. We shouldn't
Did
have,
we?
but we did. Yeah, we missed him.
Also, real quick, shoutouts to his signature move, Stinger Surprise.
It is called Stinger Surprise. Yeah. And then Metal Citromon's about to kill all the kids, and Waymon shows up.
This was my favorite part of the episode. He like Metal Citramon has the Digidestin and Death to Rights. Out of nowhere, Waymon comes into the stage and fucking body slams Metal Citramon.
It's great. And then he gets the kids inside his mouth and just dives. Yeah, that's
and that's the end of it, really.
Yeah. We get the next time. And now, the Dub Zone, episode 41, Seasick and Tired. I hate this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Okay. So, name changes. Anomalocarimon has been changed to Scorpiomon.
Why?
Kids don't know
He's
what
not-
Anomalocaris is.
No.
Well, then they should be taught.
They
What
know
are
one
we
of my
doing with
Otises,
our
though.
schools?
Anomalocarimon is so cool. I love him.
His moves have been changed. Sandstorm was changed to Scorpio Storm. And
Dog.
Stinger Surprise was changed to Tailblade.
Ah.
I would have known what Anomalocaris is because one of my favorite Pokemon at the time was one.
True.
So during Tentamon does the recap. He says Chumon and his friend were separated.
Does he say it like that?
No. That's me putting the air quotes on it.
Just do we tell him?
And then when he's talking about how Chumon dies, he just goes, "What a brave little guy."
He was though.
Okay. The dub of episode 41 starts with Piximon dying.
Okay.
They took it from the end of episode 40 and put it at the beginning of episode 41.
My question is, did they cut so much out of 41 that they had to take something from or from 40 to make it work?
They didn't cut so much from 41. They cut so much from a different episode.
Oh.
You'll never guess which one.
I can guess. I sure can.
I forgot. So, as they're floating away, fucking Kari's like, it doesn't seem right just leaving him there. Explosion in the distance. And she goes, oh. And Ty goes, remember, he wanted it this way.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking incredible. Just an amazing opening to this episode. Oh my god. Okay. And this is the first one where I actually wrote down one of the Seedramon lines because it was so, like, the delivery on it, the way he's talking is so bad. He goes, "They're next to my territory now. The sea." And it's like,
Dramon.
it's fucking, oh my god. He's like, "Leave this to me." It's like, oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. The dub hates Mimi. When Shellmon is chasing them, she goes, "Ugh, that breath. Ever heard of flossing?"
No.
She's not. Normally, when they're rowing away from the Shellmon, they're not actually saying anything. So they went ahead and added that line in just to, do that.
Well, again, can't see the mouse moves. So that's free reign to add whatever you want.
So true. When they're all talking about how their Digimon have gotten stronger, they all say various funny things about looking buff and having muscles. But TK says, "Yeah, you look buffed out to the max." Metal Seedramon calls Scorpiomon a chuckle-headed cockleshell.
Good for him.
That's a new one. Scorpiomon never stops fucking talking. Rather than saying his name over and over again, he's just like saying nonsense and bad jokes non-fucking stop. Like when he's chasing,
like, you think he wrote the dub?
God, like when he's chasing them, he's like, "Oh man, I haven't had to run this much in so long. This isn't really fair. I can't believe they're like, dude, stop talking."
Well, he had that bit where he like was really happy to eat a bunch of clams, so it's like, okay, we're gonna make his whole bit for the episode. He's fat and annoying.
Yeah.
Kinda, unfortunately, when Togemon and Ikakumon like just immediately lose, Joe just goes, "Oh boy." Like just as they're getting rinsed, he's like,
"That's really funny."
It's fucking great, phenomenal read. So this note's for me, but at one point, Metal Seedramon goes, "I'm tired of waiting," and his voice and the way he read it was so much like Malos Xenoblade 2, I had to make sure they didn't share a voice actor.
What if Metal Seedramon went, "You look crunchy"?
Crunchy? Like, my note literally says, "I'm tired of waiting. Mithra!" So,
love that guy.
I looked up his VA. As it turns out, Metal Seedramon's awful voice actor is Doug Erholtz. He's actually the O2 voice actor for TK. He is the current dub voice for TK. So I imagine over the course of the next 20 years, he's gotten much better.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like obviously 02 dub has a lot of these problems, but like he's fine as TK.
Yeah, he doesn't sound as weird and stilted as Metal Seedramon does.
I wonder if like just the TK voice he does is like closer to like his natural voice.
Probably.
And he's like just like they told him, "Oh, he was just horribly miscast here."
Yeah.
Either that or just the direction's real bad.
Yeah, he's also he's been the police officer or like the detective in Lupin. Zenigami, is that his name?
Zenigata.
Zenigata, yeah. He's been the voice of Zenigata for like 20 years. So,
that's cool. Actually was not aware of that.
So yeah, I looked him up because I was like, is this fucking Malos? It's not. It's some other guy, but
some random guy.
Sorry, I just read my next line or my next note and I forgot he fucking says this. As he's about to burn the children to death, "It was a rare pleasure knowing you. Medium rare."
He's
That's kind of funny.
And then
No, that's good.
And then
That's
he lights
pretty
the fucking
good.
out on fire.
I hope someone heard that.
And then they cut the end of the episode again. They cut the episode
Awesome.
when all the kids are about to die to Metal Seedramon. That's where it ends.
So they wait. Do they did they not even have the fight with Anomalocarimon, or is that what?
Oh no, they did. They had all that. I just like that. Nothing particularly funny happened in the dub during that.
Oh wait, other than going, "Oh boy."
Yeah. That was Joe going, "Oh boy," as he watches both of the champion levels get fucking smashed into the ground. But yeah, like they cut out the ending chunk of the episode again and moved it to the beginning of the next one. So this is why I thought I was going insane. It all makes sense later why they kept doing this, but while I was watching, I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Why did they do this? What is happening?" This is also the point where Hulu's English episode titles are wrong. They're just wrong on Hulu. On Hulu, they started using direct translations of the Japanese titles at this point. Couldn't tell you why. So when I'm reading the dub titles, I now had to actually look at it in the episode when the title card shows up. Okay, but we're an hour in. That's been 2 episodes, so we should do Momo's Digimon of the Week.
Yay!
Yay!
Don't
No,
worry.
real-
Don't worry. It looks wrong to you. It's not wrong. I haven't shown it yet. Just
No,
don't
I'm
worry
real.
about it.
No, I was real pushed for time. Or I wasn't real pushed for time. I had to think long and hard. And I've decided that our Digimon this week is a bit of an obscure one. This is Seedramon.
Wow, I've never heard of
Never heard of
Seedramon.
this guy.
I've never heard of Seedramon. Can you tell me about him?
It's kind of like an ocean snake. Fun fact, you might not know this. He just evolves into Mega Seedramon.
Oh,
He kind of made a small appearance in the show earlier. Hard to miss.
yeah.
And if you can believe that, Mega Seedramon actually evolves into Metal Seedramon, which you might
No
have heard
shit.
of.
That's weird.
What's going on?
You think he's got any fans?
I know one guy.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're just chasing me. Okay, that's cool. Fuck it. Whatever, man.
I know.
And it was
one
also a
Peter
good
Pan shooter.
excuse to bring this up because the other day we were all just hanging out in call with some other friends. And like there was this thing going around, one of those like pick your favorites like people do for like Toho girls or whatever.
Yeah.
But someone did one for Digimon. So yeah, you could if you want to extra torture yourself, you can include the X antibodies in the Appmon, which I did.
I did that.
Fucked up. Everybody got on my ass about it because my list was 75%.
Yeah, I was about to. We
Digimon.
forgot to bring this up in the intro, but like we all did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pull up the pictures.
Okay.
I'll post them in the media tab.
Oh, the whole world can judge us now, I guess.
Yeah.
Normal page, and I will painstakingly download everyone's image.
Have fun editing this in.
I'm not.
I still
editing
haven't
it in.
finished mine.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of. I've been doing this for like days because it takes so
awesome.
fucking long.
Okay,
Usually
so
does.
You're still not done.
Correct.
So this
Did you start doing this before most of us?
No.
Hey.
Okay, so I'll do them one at a time. I'll put them on the screen rather than all of them at once because that's overkill. So
yeah, that's way too much too.
First, it's Bridget's. This is Bridget's top 12. So it's top 12 left to right, top to bottom. So
yeah.
So Crimson Mode is number 1 and Karasmon's number 12. Read it like that.
Yeah, that's our.
I like that now, half of these are Royal Knights.
Half of these are Royal Knights. That 8 out of 12 are free Digimon lines.
Big fan of Sunflamon being there for some reason.
Okay, so that's really this. Like a lot of these have been pretty well established. Like I like fuck Chakra. I like the Royal Knights. Dukemon's been my favorite Digimon since I was like 10. That's never changing.
Yeah.
Jessmon's always been a big favorite of mine since I found out about him. Dynasmon shut up real high as of late. I don't know why. He got in there. Vmon and Gilmon are like right next to each other. And like I remember getting to this part of the sorter and just I couldn't fucking like this was a literal coin flip because I couldn't decide between the two of them really. Like they're like so fucking neck and neck to each other. Those are just been my favorite protagonist Digimon since I was a kid. Vmon especially really shot up when I started the TCG off of a lot of decks focused around him. Sunflowmon, I can't really like. I did this one that very obviously sticks out the most. I just like him. Like I think a bunch of the card art that's come out for him specifically has like really endeared me to him. He's just fucking man. He's just I feel him, Yeah, he's just yeah, and then there's just a bunch of other fucking Royal Knights. Gamamon and Gulus Gamamon, just delightful. And then Kaudasmon is like my favorite Abmon, so I figured that deserves a spot here.
All right. Next, I believe Angel second.
Yeah.
This one,
they were on my ass for this one.
We tore into you for this.
I don't know what to tell you. They're fucking cool.
So if you notice, 66% of Angel's top 12 is every form of 3 protag Digimon.
And it's not even like mine had like Gilmon, like it had like Vmon, O-Force, and Magnamon, which are free Vmon line Digimon. Angel has free O-Force Digimon, as in the same guy, but in 3 different modes.
Yeah, they're all fucking cool.
I don't
I don't know what to
disagree.
tell you.
I don't disagree, for the record. I just think this looks really fucking funny.
It is. If I did a sorter and said, okay, I'm limiting myself to only one form each,
Mhm.
it would look obviously very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jessmon would be up there somewhere.
That and then I
The
can
dinosaur.
And then I can
The
switch
Dinosaur.
that one.
Love
so
that guy. I wish his deck were good.
Bigger and feel it. Bing.
Oh look, that's
Momo's.
me. That's my
It's
one.
you.
Hey.
Okay, so we've got like the top ones, which is like I need to be Gumdramon's strongest soldier. I love that little guy. He's a cool.
Yeah.
He's a bouncy, lanky dragon. We got Belthamon because he's big, sleepy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like how you had specifically sleep mode.
Umphy, just a little guy. Oh, he's a bit fucked up actually. Fenrir because look at him, he's just fucking sick.
So cool.
I
Yeah.
also like
Dog.
Lugamon a lot. Just funny dog.
Bunny
The
dog.
middle row is basically just this is what cool was to me when I was like 12.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Black War Greymon is in fact cooler than regular War
Well,
Greymon.
let's consider this. They're still really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And Dark Knightmon is like, he combines like a robot and also he looks cooler than Knightmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a big spear.
I'm surprised Dark Knightmon X didn't make it.
I think I like regular Knightmon more.
Fair.
Dark Knightmon. Well, it's hard to pick. I like all of them. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
where do like the 50 million combinations of skull? We got Mighty Axe mode, we got Cavalier mode, and you've got Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axe mode. At a certain point, it's like, okay, we just
At
need to
some point, you
consolidate
just gotta.
this.
At some point, you gotta just split the difference, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Amphimon because just Jellymon in general is great.
I like that you went with Chimon specifically.
Just anything you get, anything this guy turns into is gold.
Mm-hmm.
Imperial Dramon banger, Magnamon banger, All Force banger.
Just regular Vmon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With Saint Galgamon. I like Terriermon. I've grown very fond of Saint Galgamon in particular lately. Rapidmon was very close to making it on here, but like we had some cuts had to be made.
Rapidmon's
get-
just like, I don't know. He's weird to me.
Well, we're not talking about your list; it's my list. You would have been maybe if I went back and cut a Raster Dramon, we could have gone him in here, and then Lilymon because Lilymon.
Yeah.
I just like hearing your. Honestly, I think like I do like Lilymon and Palmon's designs, but like I think genuinely 90% of why I like them so much is I love their voice.
Yeah. They're
Digimon.
great. Right. And then the last one we have, because Leon hadn't finished yet, is me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Mine. So I know what you're thinking looking at this. Wow, there's a
Clank.
pretty decent variety of this. Shut up, mama. There's a pretty decent variety of designs. Joke's on you. 66% of this is Ghost Game, baby.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Gigaplant?
Gigaplant?
How do you feel? Did you play Synchro Plants?
Oh, from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think I ever futzed with Plant Synchro. I'm building like Plant now, the current version of it, like Link Plant, but yeah.
Sun
So
Apple.
yeah, Sun Avalon and Rika. So yeah, obviously like Lilymon and Garamon are technically tied for the top spot. I chose Lilymon as the actual number 1 spot because she is foundational to my identity as a person, it turns out. So, despite the fact that Garamon's my son, like, kind of takes priority there. Quantumon literally did not expect her to be number 3. But as it turns out, Quantumon's design is really, 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 really fucking good. It's a shame she's in 15 minutes of one episode of one show. And literally
And it's
nothing
also
else.
maybe the worst bit of that show.
But she's so cool! Her design is so cool! Goulis is really cool. Reflezimon is the best final Evo for any of the Palmon lines. Please, for the love of God, give her anything good, either in a show or a card. Bandai, please.
Oh, did you show off the cards I sent you?
Oh fuck, I should do that, but I'll do it.
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bancho Lilymon is just the second best.
But I'd say like save that to the end.
Yeah, that'll be it. Don't worry. And then it was really hard for me to choose between Amphimon or Seriousmon. It's like my favorite Ghost game ultimate, but overall, I think cool robot, so that's why it wound up being Amphimon. Seriousmon is just really fucking cool. Fakemon, self-explanatory if you know anything about me. Bloomlord, Plant, my favorite deck in the fucking card game. Diarbit.
Also kind of a Ghost game ref. Sort of.
Yeah, well, technically, yeah. I mean, he was added to the reference book, I think either during Ghost Games Run or right before it. It was his first appearance.
Yeah.
Diarbitmon is just super cool. Love Diarbit. And Shinmon, and Monzaimon X Antibody. Because, look at him.
Fair.
It's filled with love.
Yeah, filled with love and goop. I love this guy.
True.
The ooze.
All right.
Rolls better
And then Leon, I don't know, Leon likes Gomamon. There you go.
I like Gomamon. I'm working on it right now, okay?
All right. We can, I'll maybe throw it in as like a bonus at the end. All right. Which means we can move into episode 42, The Silence of
the whole reason. Oh yeah, real quick. So the whole reason we just went into that is because one of the friends who is not present. The whole reason we transitioned there is because of Bridget's comments of whose fucking favorite Digimon is Seadramon. He's like, mine.
And then he went and did this order, and his favorite was Seadramon, and his second favorite was Metal Seadramon.
That's really funny.
I'm just sitting there like, well, fucking show me wrong, I guess. Listen, I didn't say that with necessarily any hatred for Seadramon in my heart or something. I genuinely just have never met and didn't think someone existed who liked Seadramon that much.
Yeah, it was really, really funny, because, like, we mentioned that to Naso, and he's like, it's my favorite. I love the Seadramon line.
I'm just, oh, man, sure. Okay, not good
Very
for you,
funny.
man.
Funny as hell. Like, I know somebody whose favorite Digimon is Caramon.
Yeah.
I like Sumimon.
I think everyone, like, much like Pokemon, even though I don't necessarily believe this is actually true, every Digimon is someone's favorite.
No, okay. I already kind of don't believe this with Pokemon. I super don't fucking believe this with Digimon.
I don't know what you could possibly be talking about.
There's literally a Digimon in this in this set of episodes, in episode 44, where I'm like, if this is your favorite, I'm filing a restraining order, dude.
There's a good few, even.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
See, I don't think this is true for Pokemon because of the fucking what's the third Landorus, Thundurus, and the third one?
Oh, fucking
Tornadus?
Enamorus.
If you like Enamorus, I don't respect you.
Yeah, true. Or Bruxish. Ugh.
Yeah, Bruxish is like up there for me. Anyway, episode 42.
Anyway, 42. The Silence of the Ocean Bottom, Waymon. Waymon has, taken the kids into his mouth, and they're hanging out in there. Metal Seadramon commands the rest of his Deep Saber's army, presumably, which is like 4 Hangyomon.
Also, fuck you. What do you mean Hangyomon's a perfect level? Fuck off.
Right? God, that never made sense to me. It's like, I think it's supposed to be the perfect level of, like, Crabmon, I think. Maybe Betamon.
I think?
It's bizarre. Like I said, for some reason, aquatic Digimon get the shit end of the stick when it comes to, like, their higher end. But he commands them, go find the kids. So, he does. And then the kids are riding on Waymon, and they're just like, hey, Waymon, what do we do? And Waymon's just like,
I don't know.
Why would I know?
It's like, do you know what's been going on? He's like, no, not really. I was just kind of showing around, but word on the street is.
Dude, I'm a fucking whale. What do you expect me to do?
Like, sorry, I'm not the wise old guy, and your actual wise old guy sucks.
God, does he ever?
Oh yeah, that's
Can't
also a
even
thing. They've been
fucking
trying to get in
contact
touch with
him.
Genai, and that's also, yeah, they've also been trying to get in touch with Genai the whole time.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot because Genai's always so fucking useless. Like,
Really funny.
I hope he opens his eyes again.
What if this
I hope he
sage?
doesn't. I hope he never does that again.
What if this Sage the old man character just fucking sucked? Actually,
so good.
Awesome.
He does one
I do
good
like it
lore
at
dump
first
and then never.
It's funny because you think early on you think, oh, he's like intentionally obfuscating information for like, trying
Mhm.
to help them grow or like learn something, or maybe
No,
there's
he's
like
just
ulterior
useless.
motives. It's
I'm-
like,
I'm-
no,
I'm-
he just doesn't know anything.
yeah, I'm just trying to think he doesn't know shit actually, and he's trying to pretend that he does.
The
Like
kids
every
are
time he
hanging.
gives them a fucking riddle, he goes, "I don't actually know what the fuck this means. Figure it out."
Figure it out, kids. So the kids are hanging out on top of Waymon. Yamato is playing his harmonica. It cuts to Tailmon like standing in like a meditative pose in front of an empty plate, and then
And
you see a bunch of
everyone's just like,
flying fish go overhead, and then she
Yeah.
dashes through them and lands, and then perfect sashimi falls onto the plate in front of her.
And everyone's just kind of
This
like,
is a really good bit.
ooh, and claps.
And then Palmon tries to do the same thing and ends up catching a way too fucking big fuck off fish for her.
And it fucking
I
crushes
fucking,
her.
fucking
I
noise.
wrote down. I wrote down Palmon fail girl moments in my notes for this.
the noise Palmon makes here.
Really, really good.
There's like, I forget exactly where, but there's like another point in one of these episodes where Palmon makes a really funny noise.
Is it during her PTSD moment later in this episode?
Maybe, I don't remember.
So Koshiro and Taichi are talking, and Koshiro's like, okay, I have a plan. As it turns out, Metal Greymon's weapons, those really cool claws he has, they're called the Draymon Killers. They are especially effective against Draymon-type Digimon. You know, Metal Seed,
Mhm.
Draymon. So this is a really interesting little, like, thing that Metal Greymon just has these. He is an anti-Draymon Digimon.
It's really funny.
Admittedly, when they were like doing, I was just sitting there going, "Oh, you could have killed him instantly if you just brought out War Greymon the first fucking time." Taichi,
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the Draymon killers are really cool. I like them as a concept. Taichi said, Agumon, it's your time to shine. And then it cuts to Agumon
Eating
Just
an entire fish.
Yeah. Hate this picture, by the way.
It's so fucking funny.
He just swallowed his fish. I was like, "Oh, okay." Well.
Like everybody's looking at him disturbed by it. It's like, whoa, okay.
So I believe at this point, I think they decide to dive. I forget why. I don't think the Hangumon have found them at this point. I think they just decided.
But they were closing in. They were closing
Yeah.
in, so they were like, "Okay, we got to move."
Yeah.
Koshiro links his fucking laptop to a whale.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he hooks up his laptop to Waymon so he can look through Waymon's eyes.
It's got Wi-Fi. Don't worry about it.
It's weird. It's really weird.
A little bit.
So Mimi begins celebrating because like I forget why exactly she's celebrating, but begins celebrating. She grabs Palmon and she starts swinging her around in circles, and she keeps getting faster and faster. And like,
yeah, because she's like, oh, it's just like being in a submarine. That's cool. Yay!
yeah, yay, wee, having a good time. And yeah, so she winds up like basically almost like she winds up making Palmon really fucking dizzy.
Mhm.
And Hikari starts complaining about her ears hurting, and Waymon's like, oops, I forgot to adjust the pressure properly, so you're all dealing with fucking having...
Don't worry, you might explode.
Don't worry about it. So he does
Yeah.
like he blows some air out to like balance the pressure inside, so they're, you know, not all dying.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Waymon.
Yeah. So Koshiro has an idea. Because oh right, this is the part where like they start hearing that really weird droning sound. It's like a blom, but it's really drawn out. As it turns out, it's like the sound of the Hangyoman motors as they're going by. Like so
Yeah.
they get close and they start going away. And they're like, okay, so we gotta find a way out of here. And they start coming back. So like, we gotta find a way out of here. So Koshiro's like, I have an idea. And he whispers something to Hikari rather than telling everybody for some reason. And so Hikari like walks out in front of everyone, does a little bow.
There's like a little bow. Yeah, it's super cute.
And then she inhales, pauses for a second, inhales like even more deeply, and then just starts blowing on her whistle as hard as she possibly can, and like floats up into the air.
It's pretty funny.
The way this whole like sequence is animated, I thought was really cute.
Yeah, it was really nice. I liked it. And then Kochiro's like, okay, so that was sonar basically. I used the reverberations from the whistle to map out the entire trench we're in. There's a tunnel like up ahead. We should use that to escape.
I think this is the only time Hikari has used her whistle since like the movie.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, so earlier, I think this is actually a little earlier in the episode when they're still getting chased by the Hangyomon. Waymon's like, I gotta get rid of them.
Yeah.
So he dives really deep into like this trench because like he he's a big fuck off wheel. He can survive it, but because they use like weird equipment or something. Eventually the pressure like takes their equipment out and they start like floating back up to the surface. The fucking noise that Hangyomon makes as he's floating above to the surface.
It's really funny.
It's so fucking funny.
Like he's dead because he's the one that's 100%. Latched onto Waymon, and his air tank like crushes itself from the pressure, and then he starts screaming as he floats up to the surface.
Oh yeah, no, he's just dead.
I will say in like this episode at least, like they do they do a much better job of saying like of making Metal Seedramon seem like intimidating.
Yes,
because like the whole time like they're like all his minions are like panicked, rushing around trying to find Waymon, and he's just like, "There's no rush. I control this entire fucking ocean."
Yeah,
I'll get there eventually, and
they can't hide from me.
And this I think he hears Hikari's whistle, which is why he's able to track them down again.
Yeah.
And he starts chasing them while they're in the trench.
And he's like, "Oh, that's what you're playing at, Waymon. You thought that would work?
Guess again, motherfucker." And so Metal Seedramon starts chasing them, and they go into the tunnel, and it's like a tight squeeze. So Metal Seedramon gets stuck for a second, and Waymon is able to escape first, and they reach like an inlet. And in order to shake off all the Hangyomon, Waymon like creates a tidal wave within the inlet. I think it's actually just called tidal wave.
The battle of it takes place like because they get back up to the surface, and for a second they're like celebrating, and then fucking Metal Seedramon appears again. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you thought you were rid of him, but okay. And then they start like actually setting like Taiji's like, okay, I'm gonna take like the brunt of this with War Greymon because my Draymon killers.
Yeah, they got like an actual battle plan.
Yeah,
it's the last fight that takes place here is actually fairly exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like this little fight.
Before we get into the fight, I did forget to mention. So, when they use the sonar thing to map out the thing, Mimi starts celebrating again, and she like reaches out for Palmon, and Palmon looks at her and goes, and like twitches and backs away for a second because she doesn't want to get spun around again. It's really cute.
I'm pretty sure this. I don't know if you guys had this. My subs actually just like they said that they made like the little twitch sound like a subtitle.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Asterisk twitch asterisk.
I was doing something else while watching, so I might have missed that.
It was really cute. But yeah, so now we get into the fight. So War Greymon like jumps up and does like an uppercut against Seedramon or Metal Seedramon, and Metal Seedramon mentions the fact that his entire body is covered in this chrome Digizoid armor, and so they just kind of have a really cool fight. Like, there's not much else to say other than the fact that the fight's really cool, actually.
Yeah. At some point, Metal Seedramon gets War Greymon stuck in a position, but then
in his mouth, because he's like trying to chew down on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then actual like just straight up the MVP of the entire episode, Waymon jumps in, body slams him for the second time. So War Greymon gets out. Then Waymon gets blasted through his fucking cranium by Metal Seedramon's attack.
No, it's
Metal. They really show Metal Seedramon's like beam attack is like being like crazy strong. There's a bit where like he like does like a sweep with it, and it just wrecks the entire like hillside.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ridiculous.
He gets like a hole blasted through his cranium, and then fucking Wargreymon
That
does
gives
his like
Wargreymon an
tornado.
opening.
Yeah, he does his tornado attack and just rips Metal Seedramon from the inside out.
Yeah, it's
Just
sick.
a really fucking violent, like 30 seconds to end the fight off with.
Metal Seedramon tries to hit Wargreymon with another ultimate stream, and he goes through the ultimate stream into like the nose cannon and goes through Metal Seedramon, tearing him apart. It's so brutal.
Fucked.
Fucking crazy.
Genuinely ridiculous way to end the fight.
Yeah, no, the end of this fight got really violent. And then there's this shot right after where they're just hanging on where Greymon's ass as he's kind of shaking a little bit for like 20 seconds while nothing is happening.
Yeah, they do.
They're like, shit, we didn't fill out the time entirely. Fuck. Just hang it.
So, with the death of Metal Seedramon, the ocean begins to recede from Spiral Mountain. So, like, the ocean, like, lane of the spiral is, like, turning black and receding away. The ocean is just gone? Seemingly?
Yeah. Seemingly, from the Spiral Mountain, it's flowing back into the digital world.
I guess
Sounds
that's
reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And then, all the other Dark Masters are, like, hanging out on a couch. And Piemon's like, well...
They seem so like, it's like they expected Metal Seedramon to fuck this up or something. Because they're so nonplussed about it, and fucking Pinocchiomon's like, well, my turn.
Yep.
Well,
I honestly, I don't
I mean,
understand after
I'm
the first
assuming.
time.
I'm assuming they know what the end result of their whole thing is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I'm
weird thing where, like, even if they lose, they kind of win, but that, like, we'll get
I
to that
assume that's
at the
why
end.
they're like, well, you can just take a shot at them one by one. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And then, Metal Seedramon and Waymon begin, like... So, this is a bit of a weird one. They begin disintegrating, but it's not the usual way Digimon disintegrate. They're turning into, like, black particles. And they go
They're, like, turning into...
Yeah, and like going up into the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is your first sign that something's not 100% kosher with what's going on.
I mean, a lot of signs towards that already, really.
Well,
but
I mean,
that's a big one. That's a big one where it's like,
That's weird.
It's
that's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, so that's the end of episode 42. Oh boy. Oh god.
Dub time.
Yeah!
The Dub Zone, episode 42, Under Pressure.
Push it down. I shouldn't sing that.
So, name changes. Hungyomon has been changed to Divermon.
Okay.
Alright.
And their move, Strike Fishing, has been changed to Striking Fish.
What?
I mean, I guess it's more grammatically correct?
I guess. Weird, bizarre. They just move the ing from one word to another. So Joe recap, nothing. He doesn't really say anything funny. So again, remember, this episode, the dub episode opens on Metal Seedramon about to kill them the first time. Because it cut off early because they moved for very bizarre. And he says, in a word, you're sunk. And then Waymon tackles him. Oh boy. Okay. So remember how episode 42 did a pretty good job of selling Metal Seedramon as like a commander of the ocean who has like the deep sabers, and he's like very collected and organized and is telling them to go do things. In the dub, the Divermon are just coming up for air. Metal Seedramon's like, "What are you doing here, Divermon?" And they mention they're just like coming up for air. And he's like, "Well, while you're here, go look for the kids." I'm reading this as close to the inflection of the actual Metal Seedramon English voice as I possibly can, by the way. He sounds this bad. Oh, he also says, "I rule this ocean with an iron hand, an iron tail, and an iron everything for that matter."
Iron penis?
Good to know, man.
Because he's
Okay.
made of metal.
Does Digimon have penises?
Let's not go here.
Let's not talk about it. No, we're cutting that one off.
We'll discuss this elsewhere.
They might even have two.
Shut
Okay.
up.
So I forgot we skipped over this part. When they're running for Metal Seedramon, Taichi like slams his fist down and is like upset because he's like, why, like we can't fucking do anything. He's like really annoyed about it. They put a joke over that instead.
Oh boy.
So Tai
what?
just kind of, yeah, what's up?
Can the name of this episode be "This Two Digimon"?
No, we're not talking. I'm not gonna put the word penis in the fucking episode title. That'll get us fucking.
They will. YouTube themselves will assassinate us.
True.
God fucking damn it. So when Matt is playing his harmonica, Gatomon is singing a fucking song over it. She's singing a song instead of just silently being like meditating there. And she ends with "'Cause I'm a kitty, a digi kitty," and then the fish show up,
Dog.
and she
Okay.
cuts the fish.
Why?
And then when Matt stops playing the harmonica, Ty asks him, "Hey, why'd you stop playing?" And he's like, "The song is too depressing. It gives me the blues."
Jesus. They need
We
to be
can't
killed
let
for
a
the
moment
dub.
sit ever.
No,
We can't let any kind of emotion sit.
it's
Make jokes.
when Izzy is explaining. So okay, also Ty literally says in English 4 eyes to Izzy, like almost
now
verbatim.
You're talking my language.
Izzy's like, "They're fucking our pussies, Ty." The explanation for the Draymond killers is totally different. War Greymon himself is a Draymond destroyer, not the claws. However, the claws are more effective against Draymon. In addition to War Greymon himself being a Draymond destroying Digimon.
Is it Draymon or Dramon?
I say Draymon, but it's probably Dramon.
Okay.
I think it's usually
Oh.
Dramon, but I assume some of Digimon's name is Draymon.
I
It's
just
usually
I
Dramon.
just like the way Draymon like sounds by itself over Dramon, because like Dramon feels like, better when you're attaching it to the end of something, like see Dramon, but like by itself, just Dramon doesn't, or Dramon doesn't like it doesn't roll off my tongue as well. So I'm probably saying it wrong, but I say Draymon.
I think Dramon works just fine.
Well,
I think GIF works just fine too.
that's great.
Okay.
My note just says, "God, I hate all this fucking die." Oh, right. Sorry. This is when Metal Seedramon is going over his plan with the Divermon. It's just bad jokes. No actual conversation is had. They are just making bad jokes back and forth at each other. I'm not even kidding. I didn't even write any of them down. That's how like not funny this entire part is. Yeah. When Waymon is changing the pressure, they change it to a burp joke. They even put a burp sound effect over it. Cause
Cool.
yep.
Mhm.
The loud droning bwom of the Divermon engines has been replaced by sonar noises and whale sounds. I don't know why. I don't know. Sure as shit doesn't sound
Did
like
they
Divermon.
genuinely not get what that noise was?
They might not have.
Are they stupid? Don't answer
Yes.
So instead of hearing the whistle, Metal Seedramon just guesses where they're going and follows them. No reason. He just knows and follows them.
that. Yeah. He's the
Mhm.
master of the sea or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
The Palmon Mimi cute little joke where Mimi has traumatized Palmon with the spinning and she like cringes back the next time it happens. It just kind of like they kind of kept it, but they also just kind of like ruined it in a weird way where Mimi's celebrating and she puts out her arms and she goes, "Hug!" And then Palmon like recoils to that instead, which is
Weird.
bizarre. Not really sure why. At this point in the dub, they finally use the name Chrome Digizoid. They finally bring up that his body is made of that, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that Magnemon's made of.
Yeah, Chrome Digizoid
Yeah.
is the strongest metal in the digital world, which is the
Awesome.
one of the very few things established in 01 that remains true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They make a fat joke about Waymon.
Of course.
Man.
To be fair, they do that in the sub too, and I was like, you call him Waymon fat?
He's
Well,
a whale.
Well, I'm not, whatever. I don't care.
Whatever.
The episode ends when War Greymon is in Metal Seedramon's mouth.
What the?
Okay.
That's where this episode
That's
ends.
a really funny place to end it.
Okay, what's happening over there? Like,
You'll see. You'll see.
you gotta
Yeah.
give me the answer. It's gonna be stupid. I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, it is.
Become.
All right.
Yeah.
Which, oh my god. So we're almost at 2 hours and we still got 2 episodes, so we're gonna, yeah. All right,
Oh yeah.
episode.
I'm leaving after the dub zone.
Okay, for this episode, got it.
Yes.
All right, episode 43, A Dangerous Game, Pinocchimon. So, oh, sorry.
Oh wait, no. I thought we were still doing dub zone. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, we're done. Okay, you're heading out then.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Angel's gotta go.
I'll
Busy.
be
Bye,
my-
Angel.
I'll see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Angel.
Oh god.
Oh God, my leg!
Yeah, no, I know. Hold on. Hold on. We're good.
Oh, you're fine. You should put
I'm
Bridget
fine.
in front of me.
Yeah, I probably
Fine.
should.
I'm fine. Why am I so fucking short? What the fuck?
Because your fucking Fugi has weird proportions.
Don't blame me for that one.
I wasn't meant to be a Fugi, so
I'll work on it eventually.
We'll just cut all this out. Don't worry about it.
it's
Alright.
fine. It's fine. We're getting new assets in like what fucking 3 episodes, whatever. It's fine.
We'll see if my bank account agrees with that statement.
Oh, you know we can help pay you for it, right?
But
Like,
I'm
Lott's
not-
about to say no.
I'm not paying you guys, so like
I want legs, Lot.
fine. We'll talk.
I hate to break it to you,
We'll
but-
talk about this after the podcast. Anyway, episode 43, A Dangerous Game, Pinocchimon. So the sea is disappearing at this point. I think it. I could have sworn it disappeared at the end of the last one, but my first note here is the sea is disappearing because Metal Seedramon's dead. Oh, because
Okay.
this is when they're actually looking at the ocean in front of them, and it's going away like while they're looking at it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So this episode opens up on a scene I really like. This is a really good sequence that happens here. So
Yes, actually.
they're discussing what to do, and Taichi's like, we have to go and fight them. And like Mimi's like, no, give me a second here. And she's building graves for all of the friends that have died in the past like 2 hours for them.
Yeah, Wizardmon, Piccolomon, Chewmon, and Waymon.
It
Like,
was
she-
at this moment that I realized, like, God, the fuck, even like from their perspective, the Wizardmon shit was also like
Like a day ago.
wasn't even like a day ago at this point.
Mhm. Yeah, Mimi is building graves for them, and like again, like because she has the crest of purity, sincerity, you know. So like this is very in line with like the type of person she is, because she like it's been getting more and more obvious as the episodes have been going on. Mimi is like on the verge
Unhappy.
of verge of
Yeah.
a fucking breakdown. Like she cannot
Yeah.
take it anymore. And Taichi says, "We don't have time for this. We have to go and fight them." And Yamato fucking snaps. And like my note is fucking get him, Yamato, get his ass, because no, this is
Because Taichi's like, well, we don't have time. It's the right thing to do. We gotta go fucking avenge them. And he's like, yeah, I know, but we're all fucking hurting and tired. We want to just rest for a minute, dude. Okay?
yeah, it's like you
I-
need to
I
consider
will-
other people's feelings. We just watched 4 friends die. Give us a fucking second.
I will give Taichi this. He does cut like because he comes back to it with the idea of like, look, okay, I get it, but like, if we don't do something now, like that, they sacrificed their lives so we can stop the Dark Masters. The best thing we can do in their memory is go and fucking stop the Dark Masters.
Like he has reasoning for it, and Yamato even says like, You're right. You are correct in what you're saying, but we need a minute. Like, just give us
no one's
a
no one's
minute.
really in the wrong here. It's literally just give her a moment to fucking
Mourn.
grieve.
People fucking died. Like, it's
People die when they are killed.
Oh, it's so good. This entire part's so good. Like, it's a little sudden, like the way the conflict like plays out, but I don't care. Like, it's so good that I don't care.
I mean, considering how fucking violently Waymon in particular died after all he did for them, I'm like, nah, this one might have actually. I get how this could have been the one that like tipped the edge a little.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Yamato's also like constantly been butting heads with Taichi this entire show, so it's like it feels like just like you just need to hit him at the wrong time and he'll just go off on him.
Yeah. So they all set off after Mimi is given a bit of time. And they're just in the forest, right? Like they're just walking along.
Yeah. They pretty suddenly go into the forest. Hikari starts hearing like a voice, but no one else can hear it. That even the like, I don't know if this was an intentional like decision. Not even the audience hear it. Like,
nope.
They
don't have a voice play in the show.
I think
she just tells
think there's
people,
I think there's a bit during where she also goes, "Wait, I think I heard a voice."
And my immediate note for this is homeostasis occurrence. Quick, run away from bad unresolved plot lines now.
I have a note in the next episode that's just in all caps. Oh God, I just remembered what this is. Fuck off.
Yep.
Look
forward to the look. All I'll say is look forward to when we get to Digimon Try.
That last episode of Try is going to be a fucking bloodbath. So yeah, Hikari's hearing a voice. No one else can hear it. We don't even hear it, but she is like looking up to the sky and she's like swearing, like I heard something. So Pinocchimon is a fucking impatient child, and he's like,
he's in his fucking toy house. It's like he's like watching them on his TV.
I will say, like, Little Seedramon got a little bit better in his second episode. Pinocchimon as like a villain is just immediate improvement in my eyes.
He's so great. He's immediately very fun and just like interesting in the way he does things.
I do like. I will be fair because like I do like in general. I just like as a Digimon like Metal Seedramon, but I also think it's like you need like a normal guy so the weird ones can be weird.
Yeah, you need the relatively normal one. You know, big one, strong one with stupid one with a weird power. Pinocchimon starts like rooting around through his toy chest and he pulls out a fucking 44 Magnum.
Yeah, he just hearing,
my
like,
favorite toy, a gun.
Hearing like this like Japanese baby voice go, 44 Magnum.
So I got a dum dum burrito. And he has like the bullets that
and it's like if you hit someone with this, you can see it makes a big hole in them.
You can see right through. Oh, it's so funny. It's just like
also Kiwimon occurrence.
Dude, fucking Kiwimon.
I have a fucking note about Kiwimon later.
Yeah.
So real quick, just Kiwimon's really funny because for some reason when a bunch of us were doing Kiwimon just wouldn't stop showing up.
Yes.
Like they were like the list was like very adamant. Are you sure you don't want to pick Kiwimon?
When we're doing disorder, yeah.
It's like you should pick Kiwimon. Look at him.
I'm like, no. Why do I'm not going to say who gives a shit about Kiwimon. I've learned the folly of my ways. I'm not risking this shit again.
So Pinocchimon decide like he's like getting really impatient. Well, he's like, the humans are so slow. I should speed them up a bit. And then he starts moving the floor beneath them.
Turns on the floor treadmill, and they just start getting fucking launched toward the mansion. Fucking great.
And he's got like a little play mat with like little toys versions of all the children. And he just starts moving them around, and when he does that, it teleports them.
It's
really really broken power when you think about it for even a second.
They're like extreme.
Don't worry, they handle it.
Yeah. So they're all
they hide in a tree.
Yeah, they hide in a tree, and So at some point, and I think it's before they're all hiding together, or no, it's after
It's
they
after he starts moving all the toys around and leaves, and the only people left are Yamato and Takeru.
yes, and it
Yeah.
and Yamato's like, don't worry about a thing. I will protect you. If anything happens, just stay behind me. And Takeru
And then
finally,
Takeru just goes, "Why?"
yeah,
Takeru's like, I've been here for like 43 episodes, dude.
Like, I'm not dead weight anymore. I can help. Why are you giving me all this special treatment still?
Do you remember who took out Digimon? Was that you? Oh no, that was me. That was me and my guy. Shut the fuck up, Yamato.
why don't you take a back seat on this one? So yeah,
And
Takeru
he's just like, "Well,
finally
you're
says
right,
it.
but," and like and Yamato's just like struggling to think of a comeback,
Yeah, because he knows he's wrong.
a response.
He knows he's wrong. What I like about
It's like
this
he
is that
just wants to fucking look after. He just wants to like dote on his little, be like the overprotective little big brother, but his
Yeah.
brother doesn't need that anymore.
I think the angle that I like so much about this is the idea of it, like, Yamato has been doing that more for himself than he has been for Takeru, really.
Yeah, like, because like the whole thing is like that's basically been his identity in this show up until this point, where like, if Takeru doesn't need me anymore, then what does that leave me with? What am I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when Takeru like asks him why he's doing this, like, he can't think of a good answer because there's no answer that he can give that would actually like he can't give an answer that's actually honest to it being for Takeru's self-interest, because it's just not true.
It honestly strikes, I guess, just since I also get the feeling it's one of those things where he doesn't even realize why he's acting this way.
Yeah, it's
It seems
just
that
how
way.
he's been doing things and how he's processed, like, going through all this shit.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
Yeah. And then Joe falls into a puddle. It's really funny.
Yeah, Pinocchiomon's like, I should just kill them all, really. And he starts
I was
fucking
like,
around
no,
with
have
them.
some fun with them. No, and then it's like, but Pinocchio-sama, if you kill them, you can't play around with them. And he's like, oh, you're right.
So he starts like randomly pairing off people to teleport, and then he fires a slingshot at Joe's doll,
Yeah.
which is brutal, by the way.
He like gets hit really hard in the stomach, and he was already in a little puddle of like mud, and then he just falls further in because he just got hit in the stomach.
And
at some point
Hikari's like,
he just
and
at some
Hikari
point
goes, what happened, Joe?
It's like, I got shot.
at some point he like turns Taichi's like he lifts Taichi's doll up, turns it around, and like lands it. It's like Taichi just broke his fucking
Yeah,
neck,
there was like a crack noise. I'm like, Taichi's dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. His spine's like, you don't survive that.
Also, I gotta say, Joe's fucking reaction is like bordering on like a fucking Family Guy bit, like when Peter sprains his knee.
Oh,
God.
Ah.
So yeah, they all like start like they're all paired off, and it's just, I believe it's just Mimi and Koshiro are left in the tree they're originally hiding in, because he's like fucking with everyone by teleporting them around. And all the Digimon are like, we're gonna go find everybody. Like, and Mimi's like, I'm staying in the tree. I can't take it anymore. I'm staying here. So, and Koshiro's like, I'll stay behind with her while the Digimon go to look for people. Before they all manage to meet up again, Pinocchimon finds Yamato and Takeru.
He's like, and he's before he runs out, real quick, because he's still like just messing around them, and then he notices like he takes notice of Takeru in particular, like, oh, this one looks easy to bully.
Yes.
I like him. And then he's like, oh, I'll go get him myself, but he just skips and hops out of his house like, yippee.
I found a friend. So yeah, he encounters Yamato and Takeru, and he begins being like, I want to play a game with you guys. Let's play, or with Takeru specifically. And Yamato immediately does the whole like, you take one step more forward toward Takeru, and I'll kill you myself. And Pinocchiomon's like, shut up, dude, and just like wraps him up in yarn.
Fuck off! He's like, fuck off, dipshit, and just fucking it just traps Yamato in like tape or something, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, just immediately, just like, all right, get you out of the way. He's like, hey kid, you want to play a game? And Takeru's like, no, I don't want to play a game with you. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll just kill the guy then. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll play a game. Pinocchimon is about to, yeah.
It's like, what game are we
And
playing?
he's like, okay,
And-
cool, take this. And he throws a machine gun at him.
fucking Uzi at
SMG.
Takeru. He like drops it on
He's
the
like-
floor and it starts
He's like,
firing.
I can't play with this, it'll kill me.
He's like, we're playing pretend war, right? Yeah, as the gun starts shooting real bullets.
It's so fucking funny. I think Pinocchimon means dying for real is what makes the game fun.
But don't worry, I won't let you die too easily.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Matt's like trying to scream back at Pinocchimon for doing this, and Thug's like, okay, shut up, idiot, and just fucking puts some extra tape around his fucking mouth to make sure Matt can't even say anything anymore. Matt's having a real rough one this episode.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. So Takeru picks up the gun and is like, all right, fine, we'll play your game.
We'll fucking do it.
Yeah, Pinocchimon. I think Pinocchimon just teleports him, or he takes him or something. He takes Takeru with him back to the mansion. At which point, my note says, how the fuck is the dub gonna handle this? Stay tuned.
Yay!
So I just have cold fucking blooded written here. I forget why
Okay,
that
so
is.
I think I
Pinocchimon
know
is
what
like
this is.
Pinocchimon's like chasing him all around the place,
Mm.
like through the house, and then
Fucking
Takeru like
Takeru's
hides in like a like a storage
Takeru's
room.
Takeru's like running and hiding from fucking Pinocchimon, just fucking walking at him with a 44 Magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he finds a storage room, and then there's like a Blossomon, and I forget what the other Digimon is.
It was like a Mushroomon. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
Mushroomon, yeah. And like he's like, he's like, oh, don't tell Pinocchimon I'm here. And then they're like, what the fuck? And then Pinocchimon shows up, and they immediately go, he's behind those boxes, boss.
And
but
Takeru
but Takeru like clearly knew they would just immediately rat him out, so he moved somewhere else.
Mhm.
And so Pinocchimon just like, I hate liars, and shoots them.
Yeah.
he just shoots them, and they die from that. He just actually shoots them dead
Yeah.
with his gun.
They bring it, they long play it, they really put so much emphasis on like, no, that is just a regular ass real gun he is running around with.
He fires 2 shots, one for each of them, and they both die immediately. Maybe Takeru, like,
It's
you
so
see him like sneak by in the back of the frame, too.
Yeah.
Though it's shot so bluntly the way when he shoots them as well.
Fucking wonderful. See, Takeru like leaves the room and he's running around. So at this point, the kids have reunited. So they all get brought back together from the what is it called? The treadmill things.
Yeah.
I think is this before or after Patamon finds no, because Patamon goes to the mansion after they reunite, right? So
Yeah.
So they all meet back up, and like obviously Yamato's still fucking tied in the yarn. So Gabumon frees him, and immediately he's like, he fucking took him. They took my brother. And Taichi's like, where? And Yamato's like, I don't know. And Taichi has to be like, dude, get it together. Like, calm down. Holy shit.
Calm down. And then Kiwimon shows up. And let me say, they spend way too much fucking time being halted by this one Kiwimon. Like, dude, could have taken you a second.
Kiwimon's
The
pretty
fucking
tough though.
Kiwimon.
Pretty tough though.
I think the most
wasn't!
important
He wasn't even!
the most important thing about Kiwimon is the name of his attack,
Yes.
which is Little Pecker.
Little Pecker.
Funniest attack name in the show.
I've never been told I have one of those.
Shut the fuck
Little
up.
Pecker.
So we cut back to the mansion, and Pinocchimon has cornered Takeru and is like firing at the floor, like to like make him dance, and he fires 4 shots, which is hilarious because they actually counted the shots. Because he goes, all right, I guess I'll start with your legs, and he tries to fire, and there's no ammo left because he didn't reload the revolver because he used 2 earlier and 4 just now, so that's all 6 shots. I actually had to go back and fact check myself to make sure he used 2 on the fucking mooks from earlier. They actually kept that consistent. I was shocked. And at this point, Takaru decides to psychologically torture Pinocchimon.
As he should.
Yeah. By being like, oh, I get it. You don't have any friends. That's why you're doing games like this.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, his games are boring. God, is this what you think is fun? And he's like, what? No way, you're lying. No one's ever said that to me before. No one's called me boring before.
All right,
I'm
well,
not
then show me
boring.
your friends right now.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he just shot someone, the fucking tone in Pinocchiomon's voice is like so legitimately shocked and upset I started to feel bad.
Dude, I could not believe by the end of this episode, I was like, are you making me feel bad for Pinocchimon?
It's like his voice actor, like legit, like is he legitimately voiced by a child?
It kind of feels that way. But yeah, so Takaru's like, oh yeah, if you have friends, then show them to me. And Pinocchio's like, I will! And he runs off to go grab a friend to show Takaru.
I can't believe this fucking, like mega level like Dark Master fucking end of the series boss. He's being emotionally manipulated by like a 6-year-old.
They do a really good job of selling the fact that Pinocchimon is a literal child that has found a gun.
Yep.
Like, he is insanely powerful, but he is also a child. Mentally, at least.
So
it's great.
So then, like, he starts to go make a fake friend.
Yeah.
Out of part.
He finds like a football and he's like, perfect.
This is friend shaped.
It happened at some point earlier, but Patamon found the room, like the control room with the TV and everything.
Yeah.
And he goes to find Takaru after that. And then after Takaru was like, go find me a friend, and he leaves, Patamon and Takaru meet up, and Patamon's like, I found the control room. So he takes Takaru there, and Takaru begins to go on a fucking rampage.
Smashes all his shit up.
Yeah,
Thing.
Before he does that, he's like he notices the TV. He's like, oh, he's spying on us, and then he sees like the dolls, and then he flicks the Joe toy, and you hear Joe go, ow!
Joe just falls over, and they're like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, he knocks over the Joe toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and like on the TV, he sees that Joe fell over, and he's like, oh, okay, that's what these are. And so he proceeds to rip the map to shreds, and then smash the remote with a hammer.
And then, like, also, you see later in the shot video, he also just fucked the entire TV up. Like, the screen is just fucking gone.
Yeah, there's a really cool shot of it later.
Much like Waymon last episode, unexpected MVP of this episode was absolutely Takaru. He handled this situation better than you could expect of any, like, 6 or 7-year-old.
Did a
like
great
a
job.
Fucking champ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get out of there. Pinocchimon comes back to where Takaru was supposed to be waiting with this hastily made person puppet
friend.
His name is Friendmon.
Yeah, and the way he reacts to Takaru not being there anymore is just like, no, you can't make me feel bad for Pinocchimon. He looks so fucking sad. He looks so actually sad. No. This sucks. Don't do this. So Takaru meets back up with the rest of the group. On his way out, he passes by like it's a Floramon, and I forget what the name of the peacock looking thing is. It's not Peacockmon.
Yeah.
No, it's I know what it is, but I don't remember its name.
Yeah, but he passes by
and
them.
They're both just like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah. Very explicitly.
Yeah,
like,
I just remember the bird goes Diaru.
They actually just go, y'all hear son? Nah.
All right. They all meet back up. Takaru proceeds to explain how he fucking handled the entire situation with no problems whatsoever, and everyone starts talking about how much of a cool kid he is. At which point,
you're so awesome.
At which
you've
point,
really grown.
Yeah.
At which point, Matt, I think, just actually has an identity crisis and kind of leaves.
Joe notices him leaving, but is like, it's probably fine.
Oh, there's a reason why Joe just kind of let him go in the next episode, and it's actually extremely funny.
So yeah, the episode ends with Yamato running away. Well, it actually ends on that really cool shot from the inside of the Smash television with like the jagged lines everywhere of Pinocchimon standing in his office, really upset because all of his shit's destroyed.
Yeah, he goes back to find out, like, because because it's like, oh, he sees like when Takara Day is like, oh, so you don't like playing with me, huh? All right, we're done playing.
Now I'm gonna kill you for real. Good episode. I really like Pinocchimon. I really like this episode.
This was my favorite episode so far.
Yes, definitely of this set. It's time for the Dub Zone, episode 43, Playing Games. This is a doozy. Okay, so name changes first. Little Pecker has been changed to Pummel Peck. Very important.
They should have kept it as Little Pecker.
Sora does the recap. Nothing. Very first thing that happens is the wrap up to the fight against Metal Seadramon, because again, they took the end of last episode and putting it at the beginning of this one. The last, 5 minutes of the last episode. They call Brave Tornado Nova Force this time.
What?
Oh, this dub is falling apart. My god.
Yeah, it's getting bad. At some point, someone says they're not dead. Yes, they are! They are pretty explicitly fucking dead. All of them.
And we've given up on trying to edit around it. We're just going to say, don't worry, they're not dead, though.
Yeah, no, Waymon still gets shot, and the part with Waymon and Metal Seadramon are not changed at all. They are both brutally fucking murdered on screen. So, when Mimi's building her graves, Ty's line is way more fucking insensitive than it is in the sub. He says, "This is war, Mimi. Sometimes people we like get hurt, so deal with it." It's just like,
yeah, that's just him being an being an asshole.
The hell?
That's just him being a dick.
Yeah, it's bad. Matt has the same breakdown, except in the dub he seems even more correct because of how they changed the way what Taichi was saying. My next note is, why is Kiwimon like that? You know.
Oh, is she saucy?
Kiwimon's dub voice?
Is it cunty?
No, it's foppish. Is the only way I can describe it.
Oh, so it's...
Yes.
Okay.
I should have written down some examples of the way he talks. It's so... Damn it, I should have written down actual examples of the way he talked. It's so fucking weird. Puppetmon says, this is more fun than the time I was fumigated for termites. And my immediate thought was, this is a fucking Family Guy cutaway gag.
You think that's bad?
Remember the time I was fumigated for termites? You should have made Kiwimon sound like Lois Griffin.
Peter. Peter. The Digidestin here.
God.
Peter, the Unimon is here.
God. Yeah, they just cut the gun out. The gun is gone. No surprises here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything else.
The entire part where he takes out the gun and the bullet has been cut from the episode. Rather than the Digimon going off to look for everybody when they're all separated, and Mimi saying she wants to stay, Izzy says the branches are breaking, so all the Digimon run off, but Izzy and Mimi just sit in the tree.
Okay.
Don't know why. It's really weird thing to change. They are cutting around the guns so hard. They are using still frames. They are using repeated footage. They will do anything in their power to not put that fucking gun on screen.
I'm assuming that the budget for this is significantly lower than say a 4Kids dub at the time.
Probably.
So they don't they can't even be doing that shit 4Kids was doing, where they just edit the out and have guys point at Kaiba and shit.
Mm-hmm. During the hide and seek sequence, there's because I think Pinocchimon is still carrying the gun at that. Yeah, no, he has the gun. So there's a bunch of really awkward and bizarre jump cuts, and they've changed the dialogue completely to really cut around that fucking gun. TK goes into the room and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna hide over here. Don't tell him." And Pinocchio or Puppetmon walks in and is like, "Hey, have you seen a little kid in a green outfit and a big hat?" And they go, "No, we haven't seen anything like that. We did see a kid in a big hat and a green outfit, though. He's right over there." Because jokes, comedy.
Funny.
Oh, sorry. First, Patamon discovers the room, futzes the remote and says, "Now that's what I call remote control."
Wow.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but yeah, I guess because it's a remote.
He's
Okay.
remotely controlling it.
Okay.
It's like that's just you describing.
You were describing the things that are happening on screen.
There are
Good
lines on the
job.
floor.
It's okay.
Are there?
So the
might be.
hallway scene where he tries to shoot TK. Holy fucking shit. All right. So the entire part's basically cut. Like he doesn't shoot, there are no holes, he doesn't say any of that bullshit. Instead, they have a looping animation of Puppetmon like reaching for the gun, so his arm is moving up and down, and Puppetmon says, "Just gotta scratch my leg."
Huh?
Yeah. So they just loop the animation over and over again, and it holds on this for like almost 5 entire seconds of him just being like, "I just gotta scratch my leg real quick." And then it cuts to the reverse shot of like the camera behind TK with Puppetmon standing in the hallway, and he's holding the gun in that shot. So they have actually edited out the gun. This is the only one where they didn't just cut the entire like the sequence of it. They did edit it out for this one. Mostly because it was small in the background, and they did a pretty good job of it. I honestly couldn't tell until like I really looked. I did write down one example of Kiwimon's voice.
Okay.
When Kiwimon is fighting the kids, Matt says, "Where's TK?" And Kiwimon goes, almost exactly like that.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I still feel like that didn't exactly give me a good like indication of what Kiwimon's voice is like. Or rather, what they were like trying to go
Oh my god.
for.
Okay, so God, at one point he's talking to Puppetmon and he goes, "But Master Puppetmon, why would you do that?" That's what he sounds like.
Is he like Dub Hawkmon?
Yes. Not quite. Oh my god.
So that's more like of a it's like just like foppish, like like stuffy,
like like that kind of voice.
pompous.
Yes, like a pompous gay man. It's so fucking weird.
So yeah, Hawkmon.
God damn it. The pretend we didn't see anything when TK is escaping the mansion is a replacement than objectively worse joke about them playing charades. Because even though that dialogue was plenty funny on its own, they had to change it to something stupid. And finally, at the end of this episode, I got my answer. They cut so much shit from this episode, they had to be cutting from previous episodes forward to make up for the lost time.
Oh, so they were intentionally cutting. I assume what happened was they like have at least a couple episodes in advance, like not the whole show, but a couple episodes, and somewhere around the Dark Masters arc, they see this fucking episode with like a puppet holding a gun up to a 6-year-old, and it's like, we're gonna have to cut so much footage out of this one. We have to actively cut less from previous episodes and just keep putting it forward until we have enough footage to fill up the amount of lost time we've got for this episode.
Yeah. That I'm almost like, I guarantee that's what happened. It was fucking insane getting to the end of this episode and being like, oh my god, this is the normal ending. Oh my god, it was because they cut so much from this one. Holy shit. I thought I was losing my mind.
This is absurd.
Just
this is insane.
Completely unreal. Fucking hell. This dub is like a fucking... It's like they put it into a wood chipper. Fucking god. Alright, that's the end of that episode, which means we are going to move straight into 44, because we gotta go. Doraemon and the Forest of Doubt. Okay, so the episode opens on Joe being like, oh yeah, Yamato kind of like walked away earlier. I thought he was just taking a piss, so I kind of didn't say anything.
he literally let him go because he's like, I just want to take a piss, dude. Like, shit.
Yeah. So everyone's like, well, he's been gone a little too long for that, so...
I do kind of like that it kind of comes off like he got like, I don't know, because it also kind of comes off like Joe got the vibe that there was something off about Yamato, but he was too like nervous to stop him.
Because yeah, like when
Like,
he's
too
looking at
scared to
Yamato
stop him.
leaving, when he's looking at Yamato leaving, like he very clearly
He looks
kind of
concerned.
yeah. So like yeah,
It's like, oh, I probably should have stopped him, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he will. Yeah, it kind of
Maybe he
becomes
was-
more like an excuse than that's what he actually.
Maybe he was
stopping
going
him.
to take a very self-reflective piss. You don't know.
I guess I'm just mentioning this because I'm like, I like it. I like the show can have really nice little details like that.
Hikari hears homeostasis again. I just went, fuck off. Stop it. I
Yep.
hate this plot point so bad.
This was my note. Oh god, I just remember what this voice is. Fuck.
Dark Ocean.
We can't even call it homeostasis. It's not fucking named until try. It's a voice. Pinocchimon is just like, oh, Yamato's on his own. All right. And like he's just like, I'll go fucking kill him then. Let's go.
And then Wispy Wood shows up.
Yes. Doraemon's like, whoa, hold on. We could use this to our advantage. So he's like, I got a plan. Let me take care of this. Yamato begins dooming, like, just on the side of a lake about having not grown at all, and he's the only one who hasn't, like, changed as a person since coming to the digital world.
He's just sitting there like, God, fuck, everyone is dead. Am I the only one who didn't have a character arc? What's happening?
Which, like, it's not untrue, because, like, he definitely has had, like, the least proper development.
Although I feel like that's more like because he kind of just started off as the most mature of the group, but he's barely changed since the start.
Yes, like he was already like the most the most responsible of all the kids. Like he knew how to cook, he knew how to survive. He had all this stuff ready to go, and he was definitely like the quote unquote leader.
Yeah, because if it wasn't Taichi making the call for her to go, it was usually him, and because that was like the early thing with like Joe, Joe should be the one to do it, but then he just never did, so it was usually Taichi or Yamato.
Yeah,
I mean, Joe wasn't really like made for that. They assumed he would have been that because he was the oldest, but it fell more on Taichi and Yamato because it just made more sense for them as people. And then even like all of his like the siege, like the all the episodes where Gabumon evolves, like they've never really been like, well, I guess the Where Garurumon kind of was one, but it's all kind of been more reaffirmations of what Yamato's values kind of already were, rather than him learning things about himself.
Because Where Garurumon was like, he was having a falling out with Joe, but then Joe is in danger and he realizes, no, this is my friend and I need to help him, which is what leads to the evolution. Garurumon was just, I gotta save people. Like, and like I feel like the other major thing that really was like the other major point about Yamato's like growth as a person was the Pumpmon and Gotemon episode, because he is genuinely upset over the death of these two people he just met because he liked them, they were his friends. And that's not something he usually shows. Like he's very stoic. He doesn't show a lot of emotion except when he gets pissed off at Taichi. So like him crying,
it does happen quite a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, him crying was like a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's like talking himself down because he's like, everyone else has grown so much over the course of our like time here, and I just like haven't. And so he's like kind of in a depressive slump. We cut back to the kids. Mimi is clearly like on the fucking verge.
Mimi is just walking there like, the deaths of all of our friends are weighing heavily on my mind.
Like, for some reason, nobody notices. I think one person maybe, like, kind of takes notice of the fact that Mimi is just walking with her fucking head down. But people are just kind of ignoring the fact that she is very clearly not okay.
Anyway, as all this poignant emotional stuff is happening, Garbamon shows up, a literal shit, like, shit Digimon off, like, who lives in a trash can, who shoots a bazooka that shoots poop.
The attack name
he
is
uses
in fact
a bazooka
called,
that shoots poop.
It is in fact called Poop Bazooka. But yeah,
just in case things were getting a little too poignant for you, don't worry. bazookas here. Perfect level, by the way. Fuck off.
So many of these. Why is this a perfect? So yeah, they start firing the poop bazooka, and everyone runs away, and Mimi is just standing there with her head down, and she finally fucking snaps, grabs one of the projectiles
I've had
out of
enough.
the air. Yeah, she
She
grabs one
poop.
and
Just fucking.
throws it back at them.
I was just sitting there like, man, I'm real fucking glad you're wearing gloves right.
She like throws it back, and the Garbamon are just standing there like, and even Pinocchiomon's like, huh?
What the fuck?
Sora runs back and is like, we gotta go. Like, grabs her and drags her away.
Mimi, come on.
What are you fucking doing? Oh, it's so funny. And then we cut back to Yamato, and this is when Doraemon shows up. And he's like, hey, feeling a bit down there, huh, buddy? Well.
I was like, I'm just an old man, just looking for someone to talk to.
Yeah. My fighting days are long behind me. Gabumon warns him that Doraemon's not a good Digimon, but he's like, whoa, I just want to talk.
I want to hang out. Why are you being so presumptuous?
Mm-hmm.
I really like this like, despite, you kind of have to suspend your disbelief a bit from the fact that all of this is happening from a giant talking tree, obviously.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the... It's gonna sound so fucking stupid considering who's saying it. The nuance this fucking tree, the conversation he's having with this tree, because there's this thing where like Doraemon, that's his name, right? I just call him a fucking tree. So like Dre, okay. Doraemon,
or Cherrymon, if you want.
Yeah.
he's saying things that like he's obviously like putting it all and like and like nudging it all in the way that's like worse than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not wrong.
Yeah. He's using very manipulative language and like saying things in a way where they seem worse than they are. And it's really good.
It's really because like he's really because he fight with Taichi and Yamato to break out, because then obviously the two mega levels severely weaken each other. But he's like he's using like misgivings, complications Yamato has in relation to Taichi specifically that are like getting to him, and he's using that to manipulate him to. There's a really funny shot, by the way, where he's like there's like a lake there, and it's like, oh yeah, the lake reflects what's truly in there. Your rival. He looks at the lake, and it like there's just this shot of like a reflection of Taichi staring back at him, and in my head the reflection of Taichi's going, gay, homosexual, gay.
Yeah, because I think like Doraemon says at this point, like, oh, Taichi takes up a pretty big place in your heart at this point, huh?
And I'm like, dude.
I think that happens after the cutback, because I have a note that says this is getting a bit gay. At first, Doraemon, like, my note is, look inside yourself, parenthetical, also kill Taichi.
Also kill Taichi, got time.
But yeah, he's saying things like, you need to look like you as a person, like, you've always been a lone wolf. You don't believe in friends. You don't even believe that friendship is a thing that exists. Like, he starts saying like a bunch of like really manipulative and fucked up things to Yamato, but because he's in this mental state right now, he's kind of falling for it.
And again, Doraemon is putting in just enough of the actual truth in there that like the rest of it can also appear true to Yamato in that kind of mental state.
Mm-hmm. He's really playing into the inferiority complex and the fact that Yamato like is very much a person who doesn't have friends and like never really had friends before. Anyway, we cut back to the garbage men wildly firing their poop bazookas into the forest.
I'm glad Pinokimon's two plans are an emotional manipulation, tree and throw poop at them.
I do. There's like this. Like, I don't know if this is what they were going for, but I think it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, Poopmon over here. I've already forgot his name.
Garbamon.
Like, all he can do is shoot poop, so he can't really hurt them that much. But he's still a perfect level, so that means you actually have to put in a bit of effort to actually kill him.
Yeah. like Mimi is like about to get hit, and she like screams bloody murder to the heavens, which causes Togemon to evolve to Lilymon, and Lilymon like tackles her out of the way, and then is like, "I've had enough." Uses one of the Garbamon as a stepping stone to jump up, and then point blank one of them with a flower cannon, just fucking killing him instantly.
She like 3 poop shots.
She dodges all the poop. The way that they show that she's like point blank showing someone is that only half of stock animation plays.
Yeah. Because usually she would get a lot further into the background there, but instead they just have the dude vaporize.
Anyway, we now cut. I think then we come back yet again to Yamato.
First, there is a Poop Bazooka versus the Giga Destroyer, where the Giga Destroyer missile just knocks the poop out of the way and explodes the second Garbamon.
Oh yeah, that happens.
And then we cut back to emotional manipulation tree.
Yay!
And this is when he's look in the lake, and it will reveal your rival that you have to overcome in order to like grow as a person. And yeah,
there's a bit here where Gabumon is like he's fighting back against Doraemon's where it's like really heavily.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you fucking believe in friends. Of course you know you don't think any of the stuff that he's saying, and it causes Yamato to have like an actual like mental breakdown. And I think Gabumon actually kind of realizes that by throwing like ideals back at Yamato that are like different from Doraemon's, he's not like at least like not to the same degree, but he is just kind of doing the same thing Doraemon is doing, and that's making things worse for Yamato.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good.
So he kind of just like the moment he realizes, he's like, okay, look, if you think this is the right thing to do, let's just do what you think is right. I will follow you on.
He's like, I'm ride or die with Yamato. I'll fight your battles.
Also, like at some point during all this, a Koji Wada song plays, and it's
they play 7 Free or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Good song. I think this is only the third time they played it.
I think it's like I think this is like a newer version, like a slower acoustic version.
Yeah.
Oh, did they not play this version? I thought they played this version when they all came back to the real world.
Maybe I think they used the regular one for that because I remember there was the one when they made the boat back in the Devimon arc.
Yeah.
And I think they just used that again.
Okay.
That song also just kind of hits different because I think the Tri version he made for like one of the the ending of one of the movies is like the last song he did before he passed away.
Yeah. God, Tri songs hit different.
Yep.
But yeah, so he sees Taichi reflected. He, the gay conversation happens. Yamato's like, he's not my rival. Cope. Gabumon says like, makes the speech about like, okay, you know what, whatever you want to do, I'll follow. So that's what they do. And then Yamato's crest activates from that. We get Metal Gurumon, and they go off into the forest.
And then after effectively successfully and emotionally manipulating Yamato the whole episode, for some reason Doraemon has a fucking speech zero moment with Pinocchimon and gets killed.
Yeah, he tells Pinocchimon, hey,
no, right
careful.
Before, although he does say like as he's watching Yamato and Gabumon like run back to the others, he's like, oh, wow, that worked very well, but damn, I didn't think their bond would be that strong. Fucking Pinocchimon better be careful.
Yeah. So he goes back to talk to Pinocchimon, and he's like, hey, just so you know, like, I'm gonna get the two Megas to fight each other. Best case scenario, they kill each other, and then you just swoop in, finish off the rest. Awesome. However, those kids have something you don't, in reference to, like, he probably means, like, a heart. Like,
a heart.
Yeah.
He literally says they have a heart, unlike him, when he's watching them leave.
Yeah. So he tells Pinocchimon, hey, those kids have something you don't. And Pinocchimon's like, what the fuck did you say to me? And then Pinocchimon executes him.
I'm like,
don't ever imply I'm weak again.
I feel like you should have figured out might have been the response. Fucking Pinocchimon. I feel like this one's kind of on you. A little bit.
Oh, yeah. There's one Garbamon remaining, and he's like, I
There is a
give up.
black hole. There is a black hole in my fucking trash can.
Which starts sucking everything in, and Taichi loses hold of Hikari, and she's like flying toward, and then Metal Gurumon uses Cocutus breath, freezes him solid, and then he just shatters.
Oh, he dead.
Just executes him. And everyone's like,
Cock
"Oh,
breath.
yay! Yamato's back, yay!" And Agumon's
But
running
he's like
up.
super angry.
Yeah, Agumon's like running up, and Metal Gurumon's like, "I have eye lasers now, by the way," and shoots.
It's like it's Silence brand. Me. It's like, what?
funny.
No, I don't want to.
There's this really funny.
For some
faraway
reason, I
shot of
really like. I was just
Agumon.
I was really amused by the way Agumon just goes, "No, I don't want to."
Yeah, very, very angry.
Very good remaster.
Oh yeah, the remaster. I'm watching at least fucking garbage every time. I'm like, man, I wish I just had the discotheque Blu-ray so bad right now.
Like, yeah, it is
Yeah.
like really bad upscale.
Hold on. Oh, this is funny enough for me to put on screen. There's a background to Agumon. Fucking.
And then Taichi just runs up to Yamato's like, what are you doing, Yamato? Stop him! No, I don't want to.
Fight me. So yeah, that's the episode ends on the cliffhanger of, oh my god, they're gonna fight. Okay, and finally,
Bitches love my mustache.
the Dub
This
Zone,
time I'm
episode
really gonna do
44, Trash Day.
Yeah, that was the important part of this episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's what mattered here.
yeah.
There is like some real, like, I guess I'll bring it up when we get to it, but there is some fucking real misses in episode titles near the end of this show.
Yeah. So Doraemon was obviously changed to Cherrymon. Cherry Bomb, his technique is unnamed because he didn't get to use it. Garbamon was renamed to Garbagemon.
So did they like? So I assume it's not because he's supposed to be like a cherry tree. I assume it's like they fucked up the word jure.
I guess
I mean,
so, yeah.
Guess so, yeah.
Either that or they saw the attack name was called Cherry Bomb and just went with it.
Maybe.
Can you believe it? Poop Bazooka has been renamed
No way.
to
What?
Junk Chucker.
But they're still clearly
Junk
firing
and junk.
poop, right?
Yeah, they're still firing poop very clearly.
What the fuck? What's the fucking point?
Who knows?
God.
During the Matt recap, he says that Waymon and Metal Seedramon were reconfigured, not killed, reconfigured.
They're just running out of excuses.
Jesus Christ. They're dead.
I think Cherrymon is doing a Godfather voice. I think.
Does he say like, I'll make you an offer at some point?
No, I was waiting for that, which is why I don't think it's supposed to be a Godfather specifically, but he has that really raspy kind of like tone to him. He's like, Puppetmon needs to know that it doesn't quite have that like Italian like accent to it, but like it really feels
It's
like that's
the
what they were going for.
But like they didn't go for the Italian bit. They just went like got as far as the voice is raspy and they stopped there.
I get it's
Also-
really weird.
Also, if you're wondering, jure means like is like a word to denote like the age of a tree. It also means like a long life, so it's like a double meaning of, oh, he's a tree, but also he's an old man.
Gotcha. Nice. I just wrote a note that says bad tree puns, you know the drill, because I wasn't going to fucking write them all down.
Yeah. Okay.
Something bark.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
something
probably.
leaf, yada yada yada. The dub hates Mimi.
Yay!
I believe this
Or
is when
nay,
she's like
probably.
sort of kind of having a mental breakdown. Instead, she says, "My calves are starting to look like a bodybuilder's."
Good.
Women hate looking muscular.
Yeah.
What?
When Matt is told to look in the fucking lake, he says, "I know it sounds pretty bogus, but might as well look."
Okay.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
When Mimi is screaming bloody murder into the sky, instead in the dub she's screaming nightmare, which is really funny.
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Matt's breakdown of him like going through his reasoning and like saying and like talking to Cherrymon and everything, shockingly well done in English. They didn't really change the script. The performance is really good. It's genuinely really good in English. Like surprising. And that was my last dub note because the rest of the episode was pretty normal.
Huh.
Yeah, no, this one was perfectly fine. Like those last 4 were nonstop. Oh my god, I hate this, but 44 did okay.
Fucking
Yay!
They weren't talking about how Cherrymon got reconfigured or something.
No, I didn't say any of that.
Getting reconfigured. I'm so mad. It's like I never got this bit with like just any children's anime, and it's anime in particular, because fucking like Western made kids media never really had a problem with this. It's specifically when Japanese kids media got brought over. We can't fucking, we can tell children that people are going to die. It's like fucking. Listen, when my fucking grandma died when I was like 6 years old, they didn't tell me she got reconfigured. They were just like, yeah, she's dead. Like, it's such a weird bit of patronization that dub companies specifically always engaged in.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't know why this only just hit me right now, but it was also like, it's also fucking just bizarre and strange to me that like the US of all places is like making like these dubs for these things, and they're just like, we need to erase all traces of guns.
Yeah,
yes.
The United States of fucking America. Yeah, actually, what the fuck?
Like, I don't know why that just hit me now. It's like, I'm sure it doesn't take long for the average US child to see a gun.
You know what's especially weird? Because we know this kind of for a fact with 4Kids specifically, but it's like, these decisions are made by like southern, like extremely conservative Christian like dub companies. It's like, I thought you fuckers liked guns more than anyone. Anyone even what a weird fucking double standard.
Yeah. 90s, early 2000s anime dubs, through the kind of early 2010s too. They were real bad. I'm like, I keep saying recently, but at this point it's been several years that like dub companies woke up and we have good dubs now. Like they care, which is so nice. They just translate the script. They localize what they need to. They hire actors who are like not people they found on the street. God, it's so nice not having to deal with this
unless
shit
you're
anymore.
Yu-Gi-Oh, then you still basically partake in all those to this day. Although I don't know, they're dubbing 7s now. Maybe that's a little more suited to what they do.
Yeah. There we go. We did it. We did it.
All right, now Leon has put something very interesting in call chat for us.
Yeah, he
here.
sure fucking did. God damn it! I hate your ass. So Leon, the reason why he was pretty silent for the last while is because he was, I guess, busy finishing up his top 12 Digimon.
Also, it's very warm in my room, so it's hard to think.
So here's Leon's top 12.
So yeah, you want to go over these real quick? You know?
Yeah, for sure. Gomamon, he's my favorite. If you can't tell, I'm holding him right now. You can't really see it behind the image, but I'm holding Gomamon. Pulsemon is also a big favorite. He's so cute. Look at him. Ukomon is a new favorite.
To exercise.
Yeah, well, I don't, but he, you know.
But he does, and you should encourage that in him.
Exactly. Ukomon is a new favorite. He's oomphy.
He's so creature.
He's so oofy. Sumamon, we've got over him. I could fix him.
He's like a hand.
Beelzemon, he's just cool. You can't
True.
deny that
It's like
he's just
it's
cool.
like
Yeah.
it's like I've never met someone who was into Digimon and didn't think Beelzemon was cool.
Lugomon, post this dog when you see it.
Post this dog.
Immediately.
Lucemon, I just find he's just he cool. Cool. I just like
And then he
him.
turns into the devil.
I like how many of these
I-
are Rookies, by the way. It's really fun.
Honey Beemon, I did not even know existed before I was doing this, and I looked at him and I was like, oh, you're mine now.
He's
Honey
an
Beemon's
armor
great.
evolution.
Yes, he is the theoretical armor of knowledge evolution for Vmon.
I see.
Yes. He appears in he's not in 02, but he does like makes a couple of minor appearances in the shows.
Mhm.
Anomalocarimon X. It's look at that. He's so colors and so
You hear about
spiky.
He's very colorful.
7 colored fish.
I see on the one I'm like, this is actually a nice design. I like the color. What the fuck do you mean Anomalocarimon has a body? What the fuck?
You would be surprised at what has an X antibody.
Armadimon.
okay.
I've always liked Armadimon. I know he gets the short end of the stick like always, but I like Armadimon.
But he's so goofy.
And then
yeah.
Pegasumon.
Yep.
That's a good design.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then
no,
of course
I
I forgot
Yeah,
Gabumon. Naked Gabumon.
Yeah, Naked Gabumon. Why is he here?
I like him.
Actually,
I support him.
I do
Yeah.
actually really like Pegasusmon.
Yeah.
I need you all to understand, everyone at home.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing these we were all doing them like in turns in a big call and like watching each other do them. Every fucking time that godforsaken naked bastard showed up, people would call it to my attention.
Yeah.
And in the case of Noah specifically, that bitch fucking was like, I'm taking you as far as I can. And she kept selecting him so he would keep showing up.
But we were.
I just
pretty much
remembered.
all of
You just remember. Oh yeah, you finna go first.
pretty much all of us were on the page of like, okay, we're gonna vote for him like once or twice because it's funny, but we can't really put him in like the top 12. That's like, it's funny, but he's not an actual Leon clearly just built different, built out of either hatred, malice, or just being funny. But
No, it's
built
love.
different.
It's love.
Leon has...
I don't have enough. I had my priorities in order. I was there on business. No time for this.
Listen,
Leon has time and time again shown his title as my biggest hater. There's a couple people vying for the position, but I really do think Leon like holds it with an iron fist. There's a reason why in the DiveCast server, he has a role that just says complicit in lots of abuse.
hey, Bridget has it too.
Bridget also has that role, but I should really make a new one just for you that says Las Vegas hater. the fuck.
That's what I was trying to bring up. Okay, so we were all just enamored we were all familiar with Pokemon, but I forgot that Pokemon's like regular like art. It's just him standing like T-posing with like a big stupid smile. And so I was just so enamored with him, I needed to keep him around as long as possible. And we just started going life or death for Berry Boy.
Life or death for Pokemon.
Death, life. I choose life.
So
and Sealstramon has entered the call.
I think the funniest one was I'm pretty sure it was during Noah's where she was keeping Pokemon around, and I was like, okay, since Goulis is gonna be high in yours, when you have Goulis and Pokemon in the same selection, you know what you have to do. Oh. We've gone on way too long, though. We are literally hitting the 3-hour mark on the recording.
Oh, fuck.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching the DigiVerse DiveCast. Yet again, not anything really to promote. However, as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, etc., etc. The channel has actually been growing at a good enough pace that I'm actually kind of surprised. So I wanted to thank everyone because it, has actually been helping. People commenting, telling their friends, all that good stuff. It genuinely helps. It's fantastic. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks for a proper episode. And in like a week, there's going to be a ban list reaction because the new ban list comes out on the 18th. So that'll be fun. There might also be like a predictions video before then because we really want to milk that shit for content. You know what I mean?